Hey everyone, welcome to a special edition of Sunday Night Geekery for all you dads out there. And yep, so even if you're a little discontented father, yeah, you get it's for all fathers out there. Happy Father's Day, and we got the great Pat S with us and Maddie's daddy. So I know you're a daddy from that handle. So happy Father's Day.
Gee, I gave myself away, didn't I?
You gave yourself away. Yep. Right.
Where's Dad Man?
Where's Dad Man? Yep. Maybe Dad Man will be popping in popping in soon. But appreciate you guys being here. And of course it was my not to make it my birthday freaking forever, but it's a fun weekend because it's Friday's the 17th is my birthday and then the 19th is Father's Day. So that's always
Hey,
always run into each other.
You're an adult. You've got taxes and traffic and all kinds of stuff to deal with. I think stretching your birthday out as long as possible is a great idea.
Right. Why not?
Before you get back to the drudgery and the mundane.
Yep.
Yeah, but do you then get like what happens when you have a birthday during Christmas time? Like if your birthday is like December 22nd, people will be like, "Here's your birthday present and your Christmas present,"
and they hand you one present.
Yeah, this
That's
is
right.
what happens. This is what happens. But
Is that you, Pat?
Yeah,
when's your birthday, Pat?
Oh no, I'm a September birthday.
Oh, September. Okay, yeah. But I know
Which was
people.
almost
with
worse.
December birthdays. Yeah.
Which was almost worse when I was a little kid because that was like then you had to invite all the new kids to your birthday party because it's like you couldn't leave anybody out, So, like my birthday was the first birthday ever when I was a kid because I'm a September 9th. And when I was a kid, Steve might remember this. Down in Nolans, we used to start the day after Labor Day was when we started. So my birthday was generally like that next weekend we would celebrate it. So we were hardly back at school for 4 days when we were doing that.
Yep. And Pat, are you a dad, Pat, or I can't remember now?
Well, I'm more like a mom.
Okay.
I raised those, but my sister-in-law took off from my brother, which she did it pretty clean. After about a year, there was some nonsense, but then she took off. I was like, all right, I'm going to come live with y'all for 1 year and help you get straightened out and everything. And it's like 12 years later.
12 years later.
Yeah. 12 years later.
But they're almost all grown now, dude. They're all in their teens. One of them's in his 20s.
They'll be changing your
diapers
soon.
And absolutely no diaper changing for me.
No diaper changing.
I said they'll be changing your diapers soon.
Oh, I wish, man. That's right. They could come do my back now that I'm laid up. Come wash me.
Yeah. And J-Man's popping in with a like. He says it can't stay long, but happy Father's Day. I don't know if J-Man's a dad. I don't want to assume, but if you are, happy Father's Day.
Do they have Father's Day in Canada?
They must have Father's Day up on the Great White North in there, right? They have Metric Father's Day, right?
I don't think so. Yeah. They have 4th of July too. They just don't celebrate it like we do. It's just to them. It's like it's Tuesday. It's not that impressive,
Oh, thank you. Could not be reached for further comment. And let's say hi to some of the people in the chat. So, yep, we got Phantom here. We got the great Limerick King, Max Redstone. Gap Stargate is here. Could not be reached for further comment. Dave is here. The Stream Element Spot is here. Hello to the Stream Element Spot. And who else is here? Yep. So we got people rolling in and out, and we might have some more guests tonight. Clobbering Times may try to be here a little bit later. I've been starting at 10, but I figured with all the Father's Day dinners and stuff, we'd start a little bit later tonight. But had a good weekend. I'll show some of the loot that I got. So I do get, I got to say, it doesn't matter, but I guess I would get more presents if it was birthday and Father's Day separated. But that's being a little greedy. So it's a special day, and of course, my dad was born June 19th, so that's so his Father's Day present was my sister was born on the 19th as well. So that was his Father's Day. So he went through the same thing. So Dad, I'm sure, is looking down now. So happy birthday, happy birthday, and happy Father's Day to my dad. And my mother-in-law was born on the 19th. So happy 85th birthday to Grammy. So and she was a big Patrick Stewart TNG fan, but that's another story now. And we got another dad joining us now. We got the great guys. Dad Man walking.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I can't be here. I probably won't be able to stay very long, but definitely had to drop by for a few minutes and say hi and happy birthday again, Mark, and happy Father's Day to everybody. Steve, Pat, you, Mark.
What What makes you think I'm a dad? Dad man?
You
And-
only
and are-
you only had the most beautiful baby on
Oh.
YouTube or anywhere. So
Oh, you're so kind. Tonight I actually wanted her to be on because I just gave her a bath. She looks so pretty. She looks so. Her eyes are just sparkling. But 7:30 was a little tough, so I just put her to bed.
well, you're a great dad, and we
thank you.
let our kids have their own bedtime, so it's all different styles for different people. So, but yes, Steve, great, beautiful baby, and you're and she's got Thor for a dad.
Yeah, right.
Oh, thank you. My Father's Day dinner was I gave her one of those soft, chewy, like a Fig Newton, but it was like strawberry banana flavor,
Mm-hmm.
and she broke off pieces and fed me.
Oh wow,
Yeah, she's just the sweetest child. I'm so lucky.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
yeah, she does that a lot. Like she would like if you were here, she'd probably like offer you her pacifier.
Oh, that's neat. Well, Mark, what did you have for your Father's Day meals and parties?
Well, yeah. So for my birthday, we went pretty simple. We just had sushi because we were having everyone over for the night. I was going to cook ribs, but didn't get a chance. Oh, and we got our favorite bots are back again to visit. So
oh no,
for real cheap dates. Yep, someone will take care of that, I'm sure.
They showed up early tonight.
They showed up early. Yep. So shame on them for showing up on Father's Day.
Yeah.
But so we just had I watched Star Wars. I'm sure some people heard the other streams I've been on, but I have a projector set up outside, so I finally rigged it. So I ran the HDMI cable to a outlet. I drilled through. The missus is like, "Why are you drilling a hole through the wall?" So we have a patio, just a stone patio, and I. With the grill there, and I just and there, our table. But I'm sick of like running the cable through the wall. So being an engineer, and like, let me drill through the wall, run another cable to the basement. So have a HDMI plug, just like you'd have like an outlet plug, so I can run stuff from the outside, and have the two speakers on the outside for music and such. So turned out to be a nice setup. So I can just whip the projector out there, and then I have hooks on the house for one of those. Stretchy outdoor, fabric screens, so you can just toss the movie right on the side of the house there. I have like a really big one, but you gotta set up all the put all the pipes together. It takes like 20 minutes to set it up. So this one just goes on hooks on the house, which is
cool.
Which is nice. So
yeah, that's an awesome setup. I saw with the movie, but I also saw with the hockey the last few weeks.
Oh yeah. I was watching hockey outside, and
yeah.
Summertime. It's great. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty cheap to do now. I mean, you got to have a projector, but they sell all kinds of screens where you can, just set up like I've seen even like screens that you just pump up with air, and it fills up and like inflates, and you got like an outdoor screen. So it's a lot of fun. So we did that, and we did not watch Green Lantern. No, we watched Star Wars, the 4K.
Which one?
4K 77. So it's the first. What they did, they have a 35 millimeter version of Star Wars that they've restored. So it's like a 4K version. It's what we all want, the original version without all the other extra junk in it, and it's really fantastic to watch. So it's just because it's clean, and it doesn't have the all the the extra special effects that you really don't need. So it's it's really fun to watch. And so I'll dig up the link. So it's a website, I guess. So you're supposed to own one of the movies to download it, I guess. So you got to follow the legal rules. I won't get into that, but I guess technically it's a fan-made movie. They don't make any money off of it. It's just a restoration of that original Star Wars, that I have on VHS, I guess. So it's not Han shoots first, it's only Han shoots, as Cloud Time says.
I was schooled on that a few weeks ago, that there's an important distinction.
Right? So
yep. Han shot, that's it.
Yeah, so that's it. No one else, so you watch it. Greedo bites the dust. Yeah,
yes.
So it's no one else.
You know what's so funny? When I was a kid and saw that in the theater, it didn't even bother me. It was like,
which one? The old one or the
old one? Yeah, when Han just shot, it was like, okay, it's a Western, it's a bar. Yeah. You know,
Yeah, well, it fit his character, right? He was a badass character, right? So he,
exactly.
yeah, he was. You didn't,
Yeah.
you didn't mess. He didn't mess with him.
Guido did not have good intentions. I mean, let's be real honest here. He was going to take him out the barn, turn him over. You know, I mean, it wasn't. It's kind of was a life or death thing. I think you might have missed an opportunity though, Mark. You know what is out on 4K, UHD,
What's
Blu-ray?
that?
The 40th anniversary of The Thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think Clobberin Times is going to try to go see that today. So I don't know what if he actually made it. I haven't talked to him.
Today or Wednesday he can go see it. I think it's at the Britannia, which is a local theater we have, on its actual day that it came off, which I think is the 25th, which would be either this Friday or Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
he was telling me it was today where he was. But
Yeah,
my memory could be spotty, but
yeah, Phantom Events had it today at 3 and 7 o'clock at AMC's, and what's the other big chain? We only have AMC down here.
AMC, yeah.
And then there's a big Wednesday showing too. Wednesday at 7.
Yeah.
So.
So yes, that's awesome. Yeah, The Thing. That's a great one. I always recommend telling people to watch the original version too, which is radically different movie, but it's still a really good.
The Thing from Outer Space.
50s science fiction movie.
But do not watch the 2011 one because that sucks.
Yeah. They do start that one with the wolf going through, I think. So I think that's a prequel, right? That's a prequel, that new one.
Oh, is it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I watched it. It's nowhere near as good as the original. I didn't think it was painful to watch. I guess I'm comparing to some other bad things, but yeah. So if anyone's interested in that 4K 77 version, I put the link in, and you can go to their website. You have to join the forum to get all the information, but so they've got 4K 77. So there will be only one, and it won't be called the rough cut or the final cut. So this is the artifact. Yeah, this is what should have been on DVD, or at least give us, something. Both versions, right? There's no reason why you couldn't give us that original, the original version that I saw in the movie theater. So that's
so this is not sanctioned by Lucasfilm then, huh?
Well, I think it's because you don't make any money off of it. So I mean, I'm not, I don't know the legal ins and outs, but they have all kinds of, it's property of Lucasfilm, and it's just a fan, it's a fan project. Mm-hmm. So they're obviously not selling it. They can't make any money off of it, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I guess it's, and technically, I guess if you own the movie, it's, legal to own, I guess. So, but consult with your lawyer. But so is this an upscale? No, it's from a single original 77 35 millimeter Technicolor release print, scanned at full K, cleaned at 4K, and rendered at 4K. So Teen Negative, who bought you the silver screen edition 3 years ago, I guess, and this is an improvement, quote unquote, on that version. So it hasn't been a new transfer of the original film since 1993. The 2006 bonus DVDs, but that used the Laserdisc tapes, which were crappy. And George Lucas pretty much denies this version ever existed. This is the version I grew up watching over and over again, and I'm afraid technology has moved to the point where the old VHS, Betamax, CD, Laserdisc, and bonus DVD don't look good enough to watch on modern TVs, which is true. Yeah, because I threw in my VHS. When you watch the VHS on your small little TV. Years ago, it wasn't nearly as bad, right? Because you didn't have an HD TV to begin with, so and all the stature, the CGI overset the colors, and so it's a labor of love. So, and they're doing that the same thing with the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So it's just interesting to read about this and the different film stock and the grain. There's different versions, and it's interesting, to look through it, and they color correct things. So it's interesting. The one thing, the audio, I wasn't sure how decent the audio sounded because I watched it in my patio outside. So I got to play it on the inside to see what the audio is like. But I mean, they did do a beautiful job on the special edition, restoring the picture, but then they added all that extra CGI where,
Oh yeah,
Um,
all the added monsters and Mos Eisley, yeah, little comical things with the land speeders. Yeah, I remember one scene with one of the Jawas, I think it was on one of the monsters, one of the alien monsters fell off and hanging from the reins as he's swinging side to side. That type of stuff they added in.
yeah, yeah.
It was odd, it was very un-Star Warsy.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's too much. I mean, I don't mind them cleaning it up, as I've said before. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you clean it up and then you make it better. But
Well, also the scene where they added Jabba back in. Originally when it was shot, it was a human character,
yeah,
and they had a problem where Han walked behind Jabba, but you got Jabba's tail back there, so that's why they added that little funny face to
the fun.
Jabba.
Yeah,
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 and it's that type of stuff that kind of, uh, you know, took away from it a little bit. It was nice, like you said, it was nice to clean up and stuff, but then you got more than you really wanted, when they added some of that stuff in.
yeah. Some of it I didn't mind, and hailed a Pop Culture Republic, and he said Star Wars talk neat. Yep, talking the 4K 77 project. But yeah, like here I don't want to play anything on Star Wars related. I'll get nuked. But like it's just showing you just like the color correction, just like the Blu-ray. So this is 4K 77. I'm assuming that's an original. I don't want to don't want to click on it.
No.
So I guess the Blu-ray was created from the same HD master as the 2004 DVD, which came from an HD scan of the special edition. I mean, we can get into the weeds on this, but these guys are amazing how they went through it. So, I guess Lucasfilm had the negative cleaned, removing dirt and grime, so that they have the technology now to bring it back. But unfortunately, then they don't, give us that, like we said, 4K. 4K Blu-ray. So then, like, they're comparing here, like, official Blu-ray, and just how they color correct, and then there's digital noise reduction. So, and you could have, they have different versions. Yep. And I guess up here I wanted to show too. I guess that silver screen edition, they're showing all the different things that they did. Yeah, yeah. They should have cut away from Jabba's tail, then cut back. Yeah, that would have been been much better. Yep. Yeah. So they've just never, could not be reached. Saying, they've just never released that that version. Yep. Unfortunately, I guess who knows what's in the contract there. And hail to Darius Munchausen. So so there's the harmonies, the specialized. So there's ways to watch it, but you people suck. What a waste of time and money. This is garbage. The prequels rule. Well, this has taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And also the expression, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt, often applies to these sorts of comments too. But thanks for playing. Move along. I mean, they're doing it as a, fan group. So, yep. It's, they're talking about putting out, showing on a projector too. The grain will look better. So it's pretty neat what they did with this project and cleaned it up and showing the digital noise reduction, and so it's crazy what all the tech that we have now, thankfully. So hey, Anna Moss, how's it going? And hail to Ironcaster, the big robot guy. Hey, Ironcaster, yeah. If they'd ever do release it, I'm guessing for the 50th. Yeah, one could only hope. But until then, you've got these great versions. I think they're showing this is the film grain that you'd see in a movie theater, and then this is the DNR, I guess, that you would see when they digitally clean it up.
Well, Mark, you keep saying grain. I can't help but think of sand. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So appropriate. You had that scene,
right?
Yep.
Sand gets everywhere. Yep. And they have, as they're talking about how it looked in '77. I was just, got a little kid, so I was just blown away. I didn't even notice how grainy it was. But at that point, you didn't care. But could not be reached. Saying there's some color correction on the D+ streaming version of A New Hope, but not much else. Well, actually, they changed the Han shooting shot. I think they have you seen that, Dad, man, or heard about that? I think they actually edited that scene again. So
I'm not familiar with that. Yeah.
yeah, but as far as I recall, yeah, I think seeing it, reading about it initially, that's the thing when you're streaming, right? You can just change the version of the movie. Like Splash, they have Daryl Hannah's got a hairy butt, so they covered up her butt. They made her hair longer. So, yeah,
Well,
to make
that's
it family friendly.
not to go into the other debate, but that's why a lot of people go with the physical media, because you can get the the original the way it was, and not if you're all stuck to streaming, you don't really own it, and
Yeah.
they can change it. So
Oh, we got Pat S is back. Hey, Pat S.
How's
How
the
you
sound on it, Mark?
The sound, it wasn't great. It was a very low level, but I wasn't sure because I was on my patio outside, we're not without a surround sound system. So my friends were mocking me. I'm like, walk home. I didn't bring the stereo out with the surround sound system.
Well,
but,
fair enough. You have to remember when people originally saw this, they were listening to the sound through RCA speakers anyway, or the
Right.
AM radio station, right? When you went to the drive-in, it was like tune in to 770.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, and I guess they're saying if you have the official 2006 bonus DVD, you can also MUX. I don't know what that means. MUX and the auto track from those will sync perfectly with the 4K 77. So I guess maybe there's different audio tracks. It's from the laser disc, I guess. Yep. So, but that would be interesting to see. Yep. So it's it's amazing to have people in the fandom doing these projects, not getting paid, and they're doing it. So, and I guess they had Jedi was much easier too. So they have the latest and best print of Empire Strikes Back still hasn't been scanned yet. So someone else is working on a 4K restoration of Empire. So I think they've got a reference version, But just give us the original movies and then put another DVD with the with the other version, right? And it's let fans watch what they want to watch. So that's yeah. Oh yeah, could not be recently. Yeah, they added some dialogue for Greedo. McClunky. Yep.
clunky.
Yep. Yeah, and pop culture saying, it's a shame we can't have these released on official 4K media. Provide fans with restored 4K original trilogy, and these would sell like crazy. Yeah, I mean, it sell like hotcakes. I mean, there's no reason they wouldn't go crazy. So I mean, there's a lot of before all of us original Star Wars fans get too old.
And they can throw a copy of Rise of Skywalker in with it just for free
to sweeten the pot.
Sweeten the pot, yeah.
Right. So
our Revenge of the Sith, you pair it with The Last Jedi.
That's all right. Yeah. But it's a fun. I'd highly recommend checking out the site, and there's all this color correction work they did. So like as someone's saying here, like some people are still skeptical and say, I can use Instagram filters too. Well, that's just the Blu-ray. So that I don't want to play any of this obviously, but they'll show you with the Blu-ray compared to what they've done to fix it or bring it back to the original. So which is I guess I can play 2 seconds. So or just click it, I guess. So they're, and of course this is it's a 35 millimeter scan. So when it's scanned like that, that's why it's the aspect ratio is off, because then it's stretched when it's projected. Yeah. So. How many how many Blade Runner versions? I think there are 8 versions of Blade Runner, if I'm correct. And I think I bought 3 or 4 of them. I finally bought and then I bought that ultimate collector's edition with the suitcase of the vehicles on DVD. And then like a year later, they came out with, I think, Blu-rays. I don't know if it was 4K Blu-rays. So then what I did, I just took the 4K Blu-rays, I think it was the 4Ks, and put them in the box, in that really cool collector's box. Like, come on, So yeah, Max is saying you could throw in a set of the sequel trilogy for people like to take to the target, like the Fistanos to take to the target range. Yeah, stay on target. Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. That'd be fun, right? So yeah, all good stuff. So, but hopefully Maddie's daddy will be back soon. I'm sure he had to help Maddie with something. But Dad, man, I know you can't stay too long. But why don't I show some of the cool stuff that I got for my birthday, and some of it he might like, because it might be Star Wars related in some ways.
Absolutely. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So let's see if I got my camera on. Yep. All right. So let's stop sharing this. All right. So let's make this full screen. So let me pull my mic over to the other desk. So of course you've got the classic Darth Vader and Son book. Have you seen that, Dad Man? I know, being the Star Wars
That I
fan.
have not seen. That looked kind of cute.
You haven't seen Darth Vader and Son? Oh,
No, I have not.
All right. So this is a great.
The only
Great
problem
book.
with it, the only problem with that book is that Darth Vader doesn't have rainbow unicorn ice cream. But you know, that's a small detail.
Darth Vader, it's tough to eat that rainbow unicorn ice
Yeah.
cream, right, with the helmet, right?
Absolutely.
Let me get this. Well, before I show the book, well, here, check out. This is pretty cool, Dad Man.
Oh wow.
I got trivets from my sister. I guess you call them trivets, right? Yep. Oh,
C3PO.
Maddie's daddy's computer crashed. Yep. Damn, the Empire was after him. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Max Redstone.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no,
this
that
is pretty cool. That's going to get used in the kitchen. I guess I could hang this up, but I guess that would be. The
Can you use
missus
it
might
as a hot
find
pad? Well, maybe that's if it's rubber, but you know,
Yeah, it's rubber. Yeah, so it's a.
you can
got
use it for
C3PO.
almost anything, though.
Yep.
That's
So
nice.
that's pretty cool. And we got R2D2, although he's not in scale. Yes, I know he's not in scale. Maybe maybe he is. I guess he's pretty big, but he's not that. He looks like he's tall, but
He's as big as C3PO.
right, yeah. But I guess if you put C3PO and his head next to R2, I guess that might work. But yeah, but how cool is that to have for
Those are
the
neat,
kitchen?
though.
So
Yeah.
those are really cool. So I know I figured you would you'd get a kick out of those. Yep.
See, those are things I like. It's kind of unique, non. Yeah, they're unique. They're different. They're just not corporate, just mass produced things.
Yeah, they're fun stuff.
Yeah.
My sister found. And then here we go. Check this out. I should fill this with some alcohol. It's tough to read, but if you,
know what,
strike
Mark?
me down, I become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Mark, I tell you what. That's when you have that when we're playing Fortnite.
Yeah, fill that
where
with
you have your
whiskey.
beverage, and it'll be a great night, especially if we're streaming.
Yeah, my Fortnite scores wouldn't be too good. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like bowling,
And I guess the Polly's minion stopped in the pupper. So hi, I'm away from my keyboard. I'm on the other desk, so I'm going to be missing the chattel. But I'm trying to look and show this. But
Yeah,
so
that's
these are
you got two of them. Wow.
yeah. So here's the package that it came in. Let me put this mic on the desk now that I moved that out of the way. Yeah, so my brother-in-law found that, and he's like, "Oh, I know where that's going to."
Yep.
So
That's neat.
2 Obi-Wan Kenobi drinking glasses, and Obi-Wan needs it. He's had a bad series so far.
Yeah.
So
Was it his series to begin with?
well, he's a co-star
The
in his own
coast.
series.
I got you. Okay. Just checking.
I guess this is Joy Jolt. I don't know who. Let's see. Of course, Star Wars. All rights reserved. Yep. I guess that's the. I don't know if they're still selling these, or there's there's the model number if anyone's looking for him. Joy Jolt. So I guess if you drink enough, you get jolted into
It's a
having a
shame
lot
they
of joy.
didn't call it model TK247.
Yeah. So I thought these were. I guess I should fill this with milk or something so you can read it. Or actually, if I put here, so you do this. Does that make it easier to read? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Obi-Wan's writing is it's got his handwriting's okay, I guess. Yeah, not too bad. I don't know if they study handwriting at the Jedi Academy, but
No, they just use the Force.
they just use the Force, right?
Telepathically.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen this Dad Man, Darth Vader and Son.
No, I
It's
have
by
not.
Jeff Brown. Yeah. So look at all those adorable, Darth Vader stuff. So like this. So it's this book
Or
is
R2.
crazy. For R2. Yep. Luke, I can't see. So
Oh,
it's
that's awesome.
so it's copyright 2012. Oh, so it's pretty old. So he says it's by copyright Jeff Brown, Darth Vader and Son, and I guess it was based on some comic strips. And he says thanks to Steve Marcus and my family. Special thanks to Ryan Gemrick and Michael Lopez at Google, I guess, who let me run with their original idea of Luke and Darth Vader awkwardly celebrating Father's Day. So this,
Oh, wow.
So that's copyright info, and that's we're copyright compliant, as Raquel says. So episode 3.5, Darth Vader and Son.
That's too funny.
Before he can take care of the rebels, Lord Vader must first take care of his son, 4-year-old Luke Skywalker. So they're playing baseball. Don't make bubbles. I'll flip, I'll skip, but we'll flip a few.
That's
Look,
awesome.
droids. I mean, it's basically like comic strip that
Yeah.
you read. It's not a story, but
See,
yeah,
now if I saw something like that in the store, that'd be something neat to get to add our collection. Just,
right.
yeah, it's neat.
So I don't want a sister. Oh, this is a bad one. Where do babies come from?
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Captain Skywalker. Yep. So I apologize if I miss people in the chat because I'm on my office desk, so I'm kind of away from the chat. I gotta try to read it. What's wrong? Greedo pushed me. Well, did you push him first? Yeah, it does seem Calvin and Hobbes influence, I would say. Yeah. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Now, you know who those two characters were, right?
Yep. It looks just like you, Lord Vader. But I mean, it's a pretty big, if you flip through it. Yeah. Oh, here you go. This is just for Dad Man.
Oh, there you go.
Is that a good guy or bad guy? A good guy. He looks like a bad guy. Well, he's a good guy. Draw more good guys.
No. Oh, that's too funny.
Well, you didn't mind Darth Maul. It was until he came back to life,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know. It was good. It was definitely interesting. Thanks, Dad.
I take it this book isn't canon though, because Lando Calrissian and Han Solo are definitely older than Luke and Leia. They look like they're the same age.
Yeah, no.
This is one of those you just sit back and enjoy the ride with it.
Yeah.
It's just silly.
This isn't the toy you're looking for. Yes, it is. Jar Jar. Oh, and they got the some Star Wars boxes up there. So it's that's a really fun book. Here's the
Yeah, that is neat, Mark. That's a really nice one. That and the glass. That's a good set. That's really nice.
Yeah, so I guess here's the author's info if anyone wants to check out more of his books. And he did one with Princess Leia. And they actually made a statue and a maquette with limited edition with the cover of the book, like Luke is giving Vader a tie, and then Leia, I can't remember too, but there's a statue you could buy with the book. So Jeff Brown is best known for his autobiographical comics and humorous graphic novels. He grew up watching Star Wars, playing with Star Wars action figures, and collecting Star Wars trading cards. What a nerd. Geek.
Yep.
Wow. I don't know anyone who ever did that. I don't have any of those
Yep.
things. He lives in Chicago with his wife, Jennifer, and his son, Oscar. So JeffreyBrownComics.com. So check out his books, chroniclebooks.com. So pretty cool stuff. It's I see you have constructed a new spaceship. Your skills are complete. The Lego. Yeah.
That is
And I
awesome.
love you, Dad. There. Yeah. So, and of course, Darth Vader's redeemed in the end. But that was the other thing I always, joked, not joked about, but it's, Vader's, killed all the younglings. He's not, not the best guy. So I love this. I have you now. Tickle, tickle, tickle. So, yeah, this is.
Well, that's awesome. That's really neat. Some good stuff there, Mark. Really good.
Thank you.
That book actually reminds me, and before I go, reminds me of one of our Father's Day stories. Disney World used to do the Star Wars weekends for quite a few years, and it was one of the best things that they ever did, and it really felt like Star Wars. Well, they extended it one time, a couple weeks by surprise, and one of the weekends was Father's Day. It landed on Father's Day. Well,
nice.
On the Sunday they had the Jedi Training Academy for the little ones to go, and they could sign up or get picked to fight Darth Vader. And then it was so popular they added Darth Maul too, which that's cool.
Yeah, Maul became a very I know you joked about him, but he became a very popular character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they had so much demand. They needed something to add another character. You couldn't have two Darth Vaders, and they actually had a top stage and a lower stage. Well, the funny thing was on that weekend they had at least one. It was one showing of their shows that day where they did father and kid, Jedi Training Academy. So I got to get up there with my kids, do the whole thing they did, and I actually got to fight lightsabers with Darth Vader.
Sweet. I'm assuming you won since you're still here now.
It was really crazy looking through those red tinted visor eye things and seeing the eyes behind it. It was really, really cool though. And I'm glad I got to fight Vader, not Maul. So, but
yeah, there you go.
That was cool. So,
well, we tried to do that too, but we did that. But I don't know if it was a Star Wars weekend or that, but it was just at a Star Wars Academy. Did they always do that, where you could come up on stage with Darth Vader, or in the past, or was that only special weekends?
Well, it started only on Star Wars weekends. Then at some point along the way, they added it as a permanent feature.
Yeah, so we went in like 2002 or 3 or 4, something like that. Early 2000s, and we tried to go every day, but my sons never got picked, or daughter.
That was the hardest thing because they picked you out of the audience,
the crowd. Yeah,
and then they moved to a sign up, so it was. Then
we did.
In that case, you had to get there early to get on the list. So it was one thing or another. But there was actually one year we went on the first Friday of the Star Wars weekends, and basically our kids were so friendly with the Disney characters, they would leave us. They didn't care. They just, bye, Mom, Dad, we're gone. But they asked us, they were like, there's some news shows. Would you like to come and be interviewed and stuff like that? And so we got it interviewed by an Orlando affiliate down there. And they asked Mrs. Dadman, why are you here? And she said, to support him. And we got in early ahead of the normal lines, and they actually put both kids in face painting. My oldest was Ayla Sakura, who she loved. And then the Aang was Yoda. So, and I still had that picture. To this day, it's just great. It's one of those memories that happen once in a lifetime, because we got interviewed, we were on TV, they did face paint, but my kid, the older one, got taken on a national show. It was called the Daily Buzz, I think, back then. I never got to see a clip of it because it was live that morning, and that's before the internet and everything. Well, you could find stuff, but she probably was 5, maybe 6. this big guy was interviewing her. She was sitting up in one of those studio chairs. She was going at it. She was just great interview. He put the mic. It was just like,
Well, that's
dang.
cute.
It
You don't
was
have a copy of it. You just watched it the one time, and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just.
You couldn't whip out your cell phone to record it because you
Yep.
didn't have one back
We didn't
then.
have cell phones like that then. Yes, exactly. But
Yep.
but those are some good memories and
cute.
things we had at Father's Day and things like that. So
Well, if someone can find that show for Dad Man, if anyone knows someone at the studio, no,
it was
just
the
kidding.
Daily Buzz. I don't even know if they still make the show anymore. It was so funny that she just went away. I mean, a kid that young and just going at it. They were just having a ball interviewing her. So, hey, Steve Mitchum.
Maddie's daddy's
Dad
back.
man,
Yeah.
when it was over, did they come on stage and like execute Order 66?
No. The Jedi got to win that day, and Darth Vader and Darth Maul just walked off. It was
That was a missed opportunity in Revenge of the Sith when the kid came in and was like, "Are you here to take care of us, Master Anakin?" He could have been like, "In a matter of speaking."
Yeah.
Yep. Well, on that note, Mark, I'm going to go ahead and drop. I just wanted to come.
Oh, now that I showed all the Star Wars stuff, you're leaving?
Oh,
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm joking. You know I'm joking.
Yeah, I
He was
know.
waiting for Steve to come back.
Yeah.
Well, go find yourself, if any of Dad Man's kids are watching, make sure you go grab him for next year. A great gift
Yeah.
would be Darth Vader and Son, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's a Princess Leia book, too. I think it was Could Not Be Reach mentioned. So definitely,
That's
definitely check that out as a gift for people. Yep.
absolutely. Well, anyway, again, happy Father's Day to all y'all out there, to all you here in the panel, and have a great rest of the show. And I'll be seeing you around hopefully soon, Mark.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah, we'll hopefully be streaming some Fortnite this week too. So thank you, Dad Man.
Definitely.
Have a great rest of your
You too.
evening, and
All
catch you later. Yep.
Good night, Dad
Thanks,
Man.
guys. Bye.
Happy Father's Day.
Same to you, Steve.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Hail
That
Courtney
was fun. Hi, Courtney. How's it going?
and hail Hungry. To reiterate that Kirby was a great dad.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, speaking of Kirby, here's some Kirby creations, right? So my kids got me these, and I know these aren't popular with the Labyrinth times, but I get a dispensation because my kids buy me these, and
Well,
I think these are kind of fun.
Technically, these are Stan Lee creations because Stan Lee created printing, boxes, cellophane. And
He did. That's right. Yeah.
And plastic.
And plastic. Yeah. But something about, I know the pops, some of the pops are ridiculous, but I have the FF pops, and I have, just
These
a
are
couple
also
other
not
ones.
to scale.
Yeah, Galactus not. Of course, Galactus can change his body to be any size as he wants. He's really an energy being, right? So yeah,
They missed out on that. That should have been one of those giant ones.
That was
well, they did make a 10-inch Galactus, and they made this really cool, funky one that I should have bought. Remember that Kirby had the Kirby posters with the night. What do you call it? With the dark? At night you what's the not infrared? What am I trying? Glow in the dark, but it was like all these crazy glow in the dark colors. I'll try to Google it or show it later. But they had a special edition version. It was a big one with all different kinds of crazy. There's a Kirby famous piece of art that Kirby did that they kind of you took those colors from that to make a Galactus.
Well, Galactus did change just in the first comic he was in. He changed, I think, colors 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there's
not
some
mistaken,
coloring
so.
errors. If Hungry Boy can, or some of the chat can confirm, but I think that originally he had no pants on. They didn't color him, and then there were coloring errors too. Yeah, so he just had this. They didn't color the pants. Yeah. So here's Mole Man. So Mole Man's a weird looking guy anyway. So that kind of works for Mole Man. So I'll have to free these out of the box.
Now, Mark, was this birthday? Was this birthday or Father's Day?
Well, you get both. I mean, you're not gonna, you're not gonna get, but I probably get more stuff, I guess.
Which kid did the best this time, Mark? They're not going to see this. You can tell us.
Well, I'll show you what my son got me. So my son got me a motorcycle, which is pretty cool. But they all did a great job. Yeah.
Mark, before I forget, Maddie and I were watching Pigs in Space, and did you ever notice how Miss Piggy always refers to the captain as Mon Capitaine?
Yeah.
I wonder if the writers of Next Gen were watching that when they thought up cues.
Oh yeah, Q. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I
That'd be
just
interesting,
want to
right?
put that out there before I forgot. Because
That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm older than lava. So
So I also got these movies, which is cool. So I got Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito, and you got to do the 4K Ultra. Yep. Hey, Kiddo Simple. Yeah, he says my kids don't watch my YouTube channel. Yep. Yeah, my kids actually put me on the spot today. So it wasn't just you. They're like, "Who got the best gift, Dad?" I'm like, "That's not nice." So I just love having the 4K, the 4K version. So I've got Batman Forever, which
Nice.
I really love this movie. I know people don't like it, but I like Val Kilmer's portrayal and that opening. It's kind of like a James Bond opening. I think there's some really good stuff in this movie, and I really
Val's
really
pretty
enjoy
good
it.
in anything, dude.
Yeah.
Val
And-
is, yeah, it's true. I mean, he was. Yeah, it's funny because before he became Batman, when I would try to talk people into seeing Tombstone, I said, and Val Kilmer basically plays Batman. He's a guy with nothing to lose, and so everybody's afraid of him. And he's the best. He's the best fighter because he has nothing to lose. And then he went and played
Oh.
Batman, and he was the first guy ever to do a freaking push-up to prepare for the role.
No, he's got a good physique. Yeah. So
Yeah, back in the day, he looked like Jim Morrison when his
the one
hair's
thing he
long.
wouldn't do was
That's a
dye
good
his
actor,
hair.
yeah.
He wouldn't dye his hair black. I think is part of the.
That's the thing that
Gotcha.
really, kills it for me. It's like I don't want a blonde Superman and I don't want a blonde Batman. I want people to look like, I don't even like head shaved Power Man. I want Power Man to have that upside down tiara thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
not-
guess he's a big enough star though too, right? He could write his own ticket. So
at that time after coming off, the Doors and Tombstone and stuff. He was riding pretty high.
yeah, so it's take it or leave it. And of course, this is one of the all-time great movies, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I skip over sometimes some of the beginning songs when the parents are all in bed, but Gene Wilder's performance is just drop dead amazing in this movie.
Oh,
And the Depp version just does not do it for me. I can't stand that Johnny Depp version. So, God,
This
this
was-
is 50 years old.
and it was terrifying and weird. I mean, like all of his grandparents slept in the same bed. Tell me that's not a little kinky,
That was strange. Yeah. Here's my golden ticket.
There's a
Mike
guy,
TV.
There's a guy that's a lawyer who has a YouTube channel where he did all the crimes broken or all the crimes committed by and laws broken by Willy Wonka. He ends up getting like 800 years for all the crimes. all the the OSHA.
Could you imagine OSHA in the factory?
Yeah, the guy pauses it every five, and the guy has no sense of humor, but he keeps pausing the thing, and he's like, "No guard railing,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mike TV. Stop, come back, don't do it. Like his delivery on some of
Yeah.
those lines. I mean, the Depp version, he was just such a creepy character in that one. It just totally turned me off. Yeah. And Hungry Boy says Mark needs to make the boat on the Chocolate River. Yeah, that'd be fun to 3D print. And give me a Chocolate River too. So I got to watch this with the kids again. This is and you're right. Yeah, the Oompa Loompas were scary too. And then in school, like everyone would sing the Oompa Loompa song. You didn't have this on. It was on TV once a year, I think. Right? Like, oh, Willy Wonka's on tonight. Can't wait to watch it.
Family Guy did a great parody of that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, remember that? A state of pure inebriation.
And hail to Zacharat 315.
Hail Zacharat. Welcome.
And here's my Father's Day card. Yep. Yeah. I love you, Dad, and it's useless to resist. Happy Father's Day.
Nice.
So that's a cute graphic there.
When I was at public broadcasting back in the late 90s, if anybody remembers, their slogan was "Join us." And every time we'd be on the set doing something, they would say, "Join us." And I would always say, "Or die."
Or die. Yeah. And of course, we've got the classic 4K edition of Die Hard, got 30th anniversary. So yeah, we're talking about Bruce Willis today. So unfortunately, Bruce Willis isn't going to be doing any more movies, and we wish him all the best. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
classic. I saw that because of Clobby's recommendation back when it was in the theater. Of course, I was
you're
only
lucky.
two.
You're lucky you listened to that. You only two?
Yeah, I was only two at the time, but yeah.
Yeah. My roommate at the time in college, Will, is like, you got to go see this in the theater. I'm like, the guy from Moonlighting? But I really like Moonlighting, but in an action film? What are you, crazy, Will? Your movie's
Yeah.
going to suck. And then I never went to see it in the movie theater. I watched it on DVD, no, VHS the first time. I was saying DVD. And we watched, he's like, see, I told you to come and do, see, Mark, told you, like, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that in the movie theater. You're right. What a moron I was. What a moron.
I did not. There's a lot of movies I didn't, or I wasn't going to see because of the titles, because I just thought the titles were stupid. That I went and saw because people talked me into it. And there's some of my favorite movies. I mean, Die Hard, RoboCop, The Princess Bride, and even Casablanca.
Yeah. Well, Casablanca was out before you were. Yeah.
No, but I didn't see. I didn't.
You want to bother waste?
I had
I'm not
no
gonna waste time seeing that, right?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, they named a movie after the White House. That's just stupid. Turns out I was the one who was stupid.
Yeah. So here's my son brought me back this from Italy. So he stuffed this in a suitcase somehow, and so it's a Lego Technic. Guys know I love Lego. So it's a Ducati racing bike. So I do have my motorcycle license, so fortunately I can ride this. Might be kind of small for me, but so it's a Pignali V4R. It's a famous racing motorcycle. That's the Lego Technic line, which has all the gears and the cool stuff, where it's actually kind of does work. So if I zoom in there, so I'll be doing build streams with this maybe, or let's see. I'll take pictures as I build it. But yeah, it's.
You better enjoy
fun.
this, Mark. You only probably got a few more years of this. Once they get older and busier, they're just going to bring you out to dinner and then go, okay, Dad, we'll bring you to the Lego store. You have $300. Go pick out whatever you want.
Right, whatever you want. Yep.
And then Mark will come back, Steve, and be like, this is only $340. Is that okay? And they're like, what do we say, Dad? $300. But I still have $400 of the Christmas money that Mom gave me. I could give it back to you when we get home. Okay.
Right. So yeah, but that was a nice. So Charlie got a gooder there. So that was a good pick. And my dad had a Ducati motorcycle too that I still have. So that was a nice touch by Charlie. So he got extra brownie points. I don't know what it's going to get him, but yeah, it's a nice fun kit.
Now, Mark, will the instructions be in English?
I'm sure they will be. Yeah, and if not, I can always download them. So.
That was kind of a bad joke. Aren't the
No, that was a good dad.
pictured?
No,
Okay.
there are no bad dad jokes, especially on Father's Day.
Actually, I had to say that because I didn't want any of the Lego geeks in the chat to start gigging me. Ooh, Pat, you never put Legos together?
Yeah.
I'll have you know that I had a nephew who would be like, oh, I want this Lego set. Would you put this together for me? And I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
and then for the next 2 days, I'd be like, I'm putting together this Death Star.
Yeah, so Hungry Boy says, yeah, there's I saw the massive fan of Moonlighting. Must admit, I thought the same thing. Saw Die Hard on tape. Yeah. And this I got from my mom. So this is a Superman flying UFO helicopter. Control with your hands. So maybe I'm going to unbox this and plug this sucker in. And yeah, Phantom. I missed the. I don't remember seeing the trailer in movie theaters for Die Hard. I just like I'm not going to go see it. It's just, which is stupid. One of those classic blunders. Like fighting a land war in Asia. I should have gone to see it. So I'm gonna grab the X-Acto knife to open this up.
Going up against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
All right, we're unboxing Superman. So Grandma got this on sale for $5. Grandma always finds the good deals in the bargain bin.
Can't stand that costume. That
Oh,
one
this
on
one,
the,
the new
on the
52?
front. Yeah, the one on the side is better.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Let's
he
just be
looks pretty
happy
good there, right?
Clobby's not here for this.
Yeah, Clobby's not here, but we'll see if we can fly this Superman / boy.
Well, Mark, I am going to take off, but real quick before I leave, you don't have to show yet. I just want to know, did the missus get you something really cool too?
Well, she got me these movies. She
Oh,
was the
she's
one
the
who
one that
got
got
the
your
movie.
movies? Okay,
She got
good
the
choice.
movies. Yep.
How
And
smart of her.
she puts up with me. So
Gotcha. Well,
So,
boys, in another week or two, I'll be able to hang with y'all longer. Like I was telling,
Nice.
Steve wasn't there for this, so I'll tell the chat. Those of you who've been asking, I'm doing a lot better. I'm pretty much going to PT and OT full time now. I'm moving it to the afternoons to make it a little bit easier on everybody else, and because it takes a lot to get out there and get there and everything at 8 in the morning. Even though I'm an early riser, it's just for everybody else. So I find the afternoons work a lot better. But hopefully things will settle down in about a week or two, and I'll be able to hang with y'all for a whole show like back in the older days.
Nice.
But thank those of you who have been asking about me and DMing me and stuff, or just seeing me in chat and asking. Things are going about as well as can be, and I'm just going to push, and I'm hoping to make it to Dallas in October, and I hope some of you guys can come too. Actually, Steve, you're not that far away from there. I mean, I know you have obligations, buddy, but I
I
wouldn't be too.
I can't really travel anywhere because we have a very weird schedule with Maddie. If I went, I would have to bring her with me and use vacation days from the divorce agreement. So
Yeah, I know, and you got the house and all now too. So yeah.
yeah. So, but it would be nice. But hey, there's a lot of events in Vegas. So,
That is
And
true, sir.
being a dad, you got lots of responsibilities.
oh man,
What
you
about
can't.
you, Mark? You think we think we could get you in Dallas again sometime, dude? I know you were just
Sometime,
here
yeah.
a
It was
little while.
I was just there last year or two. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was last year.
There are direct flights if you go to New York. You can fly out
That's
of.
true. Yeah, we flew. We flew direct. Yeah. So
Awesome.
definitely,
All right, gang. Well, Mark,
someday we'd
you enjoy.
love to meet up. Yep.
Yeah, that would be fun. All right, boys. Well, happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy belated birthday, Mark.
Thank
I
you,
will see
and I
you.
hope you continue
Send out a thing
improving.
when you guys do Fortnite again. I'll come hang out and chat and wrench
Oh,
for y'all.
definitely. Whoa! This guy's flying pretty fast.
Wow, I
See you
think
guys.
Take care,
take
Pat.
care. Have a good night, Pat.
Good thing I'm holding on to. I didn't read the instructions here. How do you? Oh, you can do on and off here. Oh, like that. Yep. So maybe I should read these instructions, right? It's going to fly right up into the Enterprise and all my action figures.
Isn't it against the dad code to read the instructions?
It is, but I don't want to. Let's see. Flying the helicopter. The helicopter should only be used indoors and away from people, pets, objects, and action figures. Flip the power switch in the copter to turn it on. A blue LED will indicate that Superman has power. Hold the helicopter with your fingers out of the way of the rotor blades. After 3 seconds, the rotor blades will start spinning. Let go of the helicopter and keep your hand underneath it to keep it in the air as it floats up and down, sensing any object underneath it. Move your hand close to the copter, it will fly up. Lower your hand, it will fly lower. If you put your hand down, it will sense the floor of the objects and hover just above like it does with your hand. To turn off quickly and carefully, grab the helicopter and flip the power switch to off. To easily slow down and stop the helicopter, aim the power remote at the bottom of the helicopter and press the on-off button. The helicopter will slowly descend, land, and turn off rotors. Pumpy, pick it up and flip the power switch off. All right, so I think we'll try it and see how it goes.
Should I dial 9-1 and just wait?
Yeah, there could be an accident. Yeah, actually, my son was trying to take a picture of my phone the other day, and you double press the power button, and he triple pressed, I guess, and he activated like the emergency 911. That's a 911 call.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's on an Android.
Right. Yeah, an Android. Yeah, and I think Apple has a similar thing too, where you can. There's like.
You could tap the Apple on the back of it, if it's above a certain version. Can't do it on mine, but yeah.
All right, so let's see here.
Superman. With
I
a
guess I
propeller head.
turn this on, and it's gonna. All right, let's see what happens here. If I click the Superman button, I hope this doesn't hit anything. Let's see.
There goes the cat.
Oh, Zool. Sorry, guys. God, it did fly his way up there. Superman can fly.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised.
You'll believe that a toy can fly. So let's see if I hold this and see if this actually works. Let's see, maybe it's because he crashed. To turn him off and on again. Let's see.
That's pretty impressive.
Hit the mic.
That's pretty impressive for.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah,
small
for a little toy.
batteries. Because
But
the
he
batteries
doesn't.
Must be like.
Yeah, but he's not. The one thing he doesn't follow your hand though. I was hoping he would hover. Let's see if I turn him off if he hovers down. Let's see. No, he just see. So he just takes. He's just taking off too. If you turn him on, if I zoom, the camera's pretty close. But let's see if I turn him on. Oh, and he took out Superman there.
Uh-oh. You lost a propeller there too.
Let's see. I think that's the spares. They give you some spares.
Oh, okay.
Spare props because they know accidents will happen. Let's see. Let's see. He wants to take off. He doesn't want to. Oh, we just landed in the garbage. All right.
Somebody's trying to tell you something.
He landed in the
No,
Spider-Man.
that's
Garbage
very
bin.
impressive.
All right. Well, yeah, as Phantom was saying, yeah, who needs stinking instructions? Yep. And Hungry Boy says, I hate mega big head toys, but I'm impressed by this. Yeah. I guess if I bring this sucker outside, but he's supposed to follow the your hand as I look at this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he's supposed to if you look in the picture, we're not supposed to read instructions, but
Yeah, you have to turn in your dad card.
turn in my dad card, but he's supposed to I guess there's an IR sensor here where it's supposed to know how close it is.
That's amazing.
All right, Superman, just hover right here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to just hover.
He wants to.
Maybe if I go like that.
Is there just an on and off button and that's all there is?
Yeah. But you're supposed to hover with your hand, but he's powerful too.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's got that much lift, as Hungry Boy said.
It's running for a while, yeah. Oh. All right, he took out a bunch of stuff up there. Yep. He knocked over the doctor. All right, well let's turn Superboy off here. He knocked over a few doctors and the Superboy with the bad cost.
It has a surprising amount of lift.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
That's pretty. It's pretty loud too.
What's it have? Like one AAA battery in it, or two?
No, it's rechargeable, so it's got a built-in rechargeable battery.
Nice.
Let's see if I go that way. Oh, there we go. We almost had it. I got to use the force more.
Oh, I wonder. So Captain Captain James T. Skywalker says maybe the disc has to be in your hand.
No, this is just strictly on off. Yeah, I checked. This is just a strictly on off disc. So here now he's out of power now. He needs to recharge his solar batteries. So you've got to here turn them off. So they give you one of these USB cords. Don't lose it with because I have a couple of these copters. So it's you plug them in and then here we'll charge them. So if clobbering time shows up, we can try it again. So we'll recharge his solar batteries. That's actually pretty fun. I was just hoping it would you'd be able to hover, have him hover like you said. Yeah. So the controller is basically on and off. It says here. Let's see.
Mark, you could charge admission for tours through your home with all the stuff you have. Every time your camera gets bumped or you move it or something, I'm like, oh, look at all this cool stuff over here.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep. So I guess I get So they're showing you with your hand like that.
Yeah, and then but below it they are showing it with the disc too. So I don't know.
Yeah, it says to turn on and off. Quickly and carefully grab the copter and flip the power switch. Aim the power remote at the bottom of the copter and press on off. See, yeah.
Oh, I should get one of these from.
I was hoping. No, that'd be great if you could do that. But let's see. Never use outdoors. I guess it fly away. Keep away from faces and animals. Do not launch at people and animals. Yeah, don't. He says don't use outside, but do not fly the copter near overhead cables, trees, buildings, or any other obstructions. Yeah, I guess if I had a really big house with a big roof. Yep.
Or a field or something where you don't have to worry about hitting trees and power lines and.
But I wonder what would happen. I wonder if he would keep flying up and away. If
maybe, I don't know. I mean, especially up
pretty
draft
powerful,
heat or something. Yeah, it really is.
I'm surprised. Yeah. So, well, that was fun. That was fun. So he's a cute little. It's more like Superboy, but it was fun. Yep. So
Captain James T said he would go there to see your toy museum.
Thank you.
Practically is a toy museum. Good night, Pop Culture Republic.
Take care, Pop Culture. I'm sorry, guys. As I said, should sit at my iPad when I come to this desk over here, so I'm kind of glancing back at the chat, and I've got bad eyes, so I can only read some of it.
Oh, Phantom says tie a string to him so he can't get away.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Or I take my fishing rod, and just take the lure off, and that's a great idea. Yeah. Or actually, if I do have some fishing line in here, maybe I'll once it recharges. It's a great idea, Phantom. I'll cut a piece of fishing line, and he would just fly off the desk a few inches. That would be kind of fun to see. I'll try that. Yeah, great idea. Thank you. So that's fun. Fun stuff. Yep.
Yeah, it is. And I'm just glad he's got the right costume.
Yeah, he's got shorts there, so
yep.
That's good. Yep. And maybe the air conditioner in the room is not helping him to fly too. Maybe
I'm just glad he didn't fly up into the ceiling fan and get Julienne
and get Lex Luthor. Yeah. Well, there's no ceiling fan on this in here, so yeah. But yeah, that's a cute little guy.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So yeah, we'll show that to Clobbering Times when he shows up. He might not show up when he sees the pops.
I have two of those Funko Pops, and they were both gifts. One is a Thor, obviously, because people are always looking to give me Thor gifts. But the other one is Luke Cage, signed by Mike Coulter.
Oh, that's cool.
My good friend Celeste went to the Salt Lake Comic-Con and got him to sign one for me. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, there are a lot of I've seen that with a lot of pops that are signed. When I was at Comic-Con in New York, yeah, they had a ton of them signed by people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a fan of that person too, that makes it even more special too to have a pop, pop
Right.
that's signed. I know, Clobby calls them dust collectors, and yeah, I wouldn't want a whole wall of pops. Like I have, everyone's seen my office. I'm assuming with all the videos, but I kind of mix them up. So like the top row is a lot of pops and mugs, but some action figures and bobbleheads thrown in. So. But you kind of, if you mix them up, but I just don't like seeing like one whole wall of just pops. It's just no offense, pop lovers out there, but that just gets boring to me. I don't know what you think of that, Steve. But
Well, like I've said before, I've never really bought any collectibles, toys, action figures, any of that kind of stuff. So I don't really have an opinion because it's not.
No,
Really...
I mean like for display, just in general, where you're displaying stuff. Just for me, I like breaking up the display and having like random, not all the toys together. I mean, you can too. I was like, if you had all your He-Man toys together, but I kind of mix and match a bunch of them sometimes, and just don't have everything, all in sections. I know some people do, but like I have, Wolverine standing next to Obi-Wan, so that kind of stuff. So,
so I guess, does that make Wolverine the scum and villainy?
Yeah. Can you imagine Wolverine in Star Wars? Yeah.
Oh man.
These are the claws you're looking for. What lightsaber versus Wolverine, right? I wonder what would wonder what would happen.
I gotta say, I put my money on the lightsaber.
Right?
Yeah.
Cut right through. Yep.
But since they're both fictional, objects, yeah.
Oh, I guess Darius was headed out. So good night, Darius Munchausen. Yep, just catch you up with the chat now.
I didn't see that. Good night.
So sorry, I missed that.
Darius.
Yep.
Yeah.
So take care. Or unless he's saying good night to Pop Culture Republic, I'm getting back. Yep.
Captain James P. Skywalker has a present for Mark.
Oh wow! Thank you.
And a comic book, but you have to Twitter DM him for your address.
I will send you my Fortress of Solitude address. So you don't have to do that, but that's much appreciated. Yep. And then
yeah, that's really nice.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And Phantom said attach the string to a D&D figurine. Yeah. Well, here, how about this? Here's a frost giant. I don't know if I want to break my frost giant, but I also have a nice dragon I can put or attach him to Ben Grimm.
Hungry says you can tie Jody Doctor's lack of talent to him. He'll never get off the ground.
I mean, what I found out, with Twitter, of course, I found out that my birthday is the same as Jodie Whittaker. So happy birthday, Jodie Whittaker. So, but yeah, people born on June 17th. Yep.
I'm not familiar with Jodie Whittaker. Is that the female doctor?
That is, yeah. How about if I tie Superboy to... That's the girl from Arrow.
Oh, okay.
As I grab action figures, I knock them all over. It's like they're just perfectly balanced. You hit something, and then down goes Frazier when they get him back.
It's amazing how much I've been hearing that lately.
Well, I guess did Urza Miller get canned from the Flash, or what was the latest on that?
I read some things that said that there's a lot of speculation if they're because it's pretty much already shot, so they can't halt production and start with somebody else. They made this whole movie, so there's a lot of speculation about he's definitely off. He's off of the future stuff.
Oh, he's done. Yep, yep.
Yeah, but they don't know what to do about this Flash movie. It has apparently Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton in it.
Well, that's true. Yep.
So they've paid out some big bucks for it already. So,
There's Grant Gustin Flash.
yes, the leather Flash.
So, well, I thought he was, pretty damn good on that TV show. A lot of Flash fans wanted to see him, in the movie, which is understandable if you're a fan of the TV show. But I guess I'm reading an article that so they're being dropped by Warner Brothers after the Flash premiere. But you always want to give people second chances. But when a guy goes off the wall, I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. who was in a mess of trouble too, and I guess Alan McBeal was his last straw. He was on that show and got in a lot of trouble, and then I think one of his buddies gave him a chance. I can't remember what the next project was, but basically I think they had to change the writing on Alan McBeal. He was very popular on the show, and what an amazing singing voice too. If you've ever seen that clip of him singing with the Sting song or the Police song, what is he singing into the one of the classic Sting Police hits, and really amazing voice. So
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, if you Google Robert Downey Jr. singing on Alan McBeal, quite an amazing voice. It's just crazy. Yep. So Fam says heard Warner. Can they them? So, but Cam from the future, but not come from the Flash, because maybe put it on HBO Max. Yeah, maybe they won't release it in theaters then. Yeah, because he's been in so many different controversies. I mean, a year and a half ago, remember that clip where a fan came up to him, and obviously fans should never harass actors or public figures, but I don't think the person did that much, and then he wrestled the girl to the ground. It was on film too, so it wasn't like a he said she said thing. So a lot of people, he got a second chance from that, and of course with all these arrests, and I guess he deleted his Instagram account and said, "Catch me if you can." So it's and I never liked that I'm not a fan of the Schneider Cut stuff, and I just didn't like that portrayal. Of course, the actor is doing what the director tells them to do too. So,
right.
So it's just.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but he's also, insane or something. I don't know. He's got some serious issues. Phantom Outsider says the difference is Robert Downey Jr. was being self-destructive. Ezra is accused by multiple people of grooming children. Wow. Multiple kids.
Allegedly, we'll add that, but yep. Just to be
allegedly.
Yeah. But there's a lot of serious allegations against him. So so here's there's the article. I'll play like 3 seconds of it because I can't do it. But Robert Downey Jr. sings with Sting. Let me. Well, I got to share my audio. I'm gonna stop sharing. Share screen. I'll just do like a couple of seconds. Just share screen, and let's put fair use, especially with audio. But if you just play a few seconds, you'll get the idea. I'll go on the see if I can find a spot where he's actually Downey is singing here.
How can you say that you're not responsible?
I mean, hear how good I can't. I don't want to play much, but hear how good his voice is. I mean, he's obviously had some. Let's see if I find another spot where. Here we go.
his legs, it's atrocity.
That's good.
I mean, he's got a good tone. He's got a good tone there. Yeah. So it's not. Yeah.
Driven to tears, driven to tears.
So yeah, pretty. I was pretty impressive when I heard that. I was like, wow, guy can sing. He can sing too. But no, that's a great synopsis by Phantom too, with pointing that out. Yep. So it's yeah. Ayers was the character Flash is friendly and personable. Yep, that's true. Yes, that's why I did like the Arrow version of the Flash, and of course then Flash got his own own TV show, but he was introduced. I think the first season or second season of Arrow, and Felicity was his kind of a crush on Felicity. He comes in, I think he's investigating in a crime first, helping Arrow. He's basically as in the comics, he's a criminal investigator, and he comes in to help on a case, and then I guess he goes back, and that's when he gets his powers. So it was a good portrayal. So I mean, I know people don't like the CW, and after a while, the stories get repetitive, but yep. And actually, Grant Gustin has got a great voice too. They did a singing show, and Supergirl is also, she was I guess they were on Glee together.
Yeah.
Not a big, but they had a singing episode too, so they can both sing too. Yep. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. can sing and Walken can dance, baby. Yep.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the CW show. I like the 90s version where he's a full grown adult, and he's the crime lab, from the comic book version,
yeah,
where he's the crime lab, the CSI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he does start with that. Yeah, he does start with that on the. And for most of the Flash, he is that character is working with Joe, who's his stepfather, because of course it's after Flash. Right. They follow Flashpoint, much to Clobbering Times, and I did really like Flashpoint. Of course, he did make some good comments there as per usual. Yep. And Max has a good quote here, good comment. As a recovering addict myself, there's a big difference between Miller and Downey Jr. Downey Jr. went to the brink and pulled back. Miller is just projecting how he feels all over everyone else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope I never wish anyone ill. If you like his acting, don't like his acting, don't like him. I just hope hope he gets it together. And if he is allegedly, say allegedly, but if he is guilty of crimes or doing anything, then should be punished. Punished for that too. Hey, we got Courtney here. Hey, Courtney.
Hey,
how are you? Great to see you.
All right, if Courtney's on camera, I'm gonna come on camera as well.
You're gonna come on camera too, yeah?
Oh, I thought you said I'm gonna leave. I was really
That would be very.
I took a nap and woke up at 9 o'clock at night. I'm really sorry.
Wow. No, anytime. Yeah. Open invite. Anytime you can be here, it's much appreciated.
Well, there's no to your message during the day, and it's like I had my nighttime sleep like just now, so I had a really long sleep. It was good. How are y'all doing? Happy Father's Day!
Thank
you. Thank you very much.
Father's Day. Yep. I was showing off my gizmos and gadgets and toys.
I was watching. Before. I have it on the big TV. So I was seeing. I didn't see that though.
Let me make that big. Yep. And
that's what I got. And she's
that is the cutest ever. The dad.
Very cute. Yeah.
And she's got a little strawberry dress on, which I just love.
That's so cute. I used to love strawberry shortcake as a kid. I like that the strawberry thing is still around. Like it's like popular, the strawberry prints and all that stuff.
Let me see if I can clobber these bots here.
I'm not even.
Somebody already did it.
Yep. Thank
Oh,
you, Max
Max.
Redstone. Yep. I
Max
made
is on-
Max
Max is on top of
an
it.
admin. Sorry about that. Sometimes you don't want to be an admin. I probably have all these bots, but I appreciate it, Max. And any mods who zap people. We were playing Fortnite late night, and I'm like, I need another mod to because the bots kept showing up, and I'm popular, so
You are.
They love
wish,
you.
The bots.
Yeah.
Your
wish,
streams. Your streams taste like chocolate to the bots.
yeah,
When
just like
I
Willy Wonka.
when I first tuned into you, that thing looked like it was about to take off. Whatever
Yeah.
toy is sitting right there, and I was like, "What's happening?" Oh, look how cute!
Daddy,
Whoever
you're
made
that's
incredible
nice,
as
yeah.
the
that's
Hulk.
really
and,
cool.
as mighty as
That's
That's
Thor.
great.
This is from my brother and my sister-in-law because they know what a nerd I am.
That's awesome.
So
Well,
these
yeah.
these are my first 2 Father's Day gifts.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, I love this one of Maddie just holding the DAD. The way she's holding that A where she's kind of like peeking out from the side. Hey, so
That's awesome.
I love
yeah.
where she has her like face all the way through the first day.
she's been very sick all day. She has a really bad
Oh
cold.
no.
Something. I'm not really sure what it is. I was almost going to take her to the hospital at one point, but then she kind of perked back up again. But even so, she's not a complainer. And Courtney, earlier I was telling Courtney's off camera. Okay, I was just like, if you're going off camera, then make up your mind.
I was eating a snack.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But Maddie was feeding. I gave her one of those soft fruit bars, like a Fig Newton, but with, and she
I
would
love
take
those.
a bite and then break off a little piece and hand it to me, And for her hands, I mean, when it's this size, it's a crumb. But she was feeding me and laughing really big. This is what she does when she wants me to eat something, because in the morning I try to eat carbs in the morning, and she'll hold it to me and I won't take it. And she'll go, ah.
That's cute. Yeah.
Say, ah,
It's
Daddy.
like we used to do, like, I always feel like I had the mom experience because I was the oldest of 9 kids. So I was kind of like mom for a while, but
Wow.
it's like the airplane thing. Like, I'm so used to feeding babies, and it's like, here comes the airplane. Go, ah.
I have tried that, the airplane thing, but it didn't.
She doesn't like the airplane.
No, she likes cars. As a matter of fact,
Ooh.
if I turned my computer around, I have cars stickers on the walls because she loves the movie car. I've told Mark before, the real cars, toy cars, and movie cars. She has
What was the red car, the main car in the movie car?
Lightning
in the-
McQueen.
Lightning
Yep.
McQueen. I had a kid that I worked with who was like obsessed with Lightning McQueen. I've never seen the movie, but I know all about Lightning McQueen.
That's Maddie. She loves Lightning McQueen. She loves Mater, the sheriff. Yeah,
That's a great movie. That first movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hail to Eric K. How you
Hail
doing,
to the
buddy?
great Eric K. Good
Hi,
to see
Eric.
you, sir. How you feeling tonight?
And hi, Darius.
Oh, Darius is back. I thought Darius took off.
Phantom outside.
No, I thought you sometimes reading the chat, you get people are saying good night and
Bye
then
to other
say
people who are
other
leaving.
people, then you think they're
Yeah.
leaving. Yep.
Yeah.
But yep. So we had a good Father's Day.
Yeah, I didn't
out
get to
here
see
and
my
got-
dad, which is unfortunate, but he's still sick, so he got the thing, and I can't be around him. No one can be around me. So
Yeah.
Are you still in
Yeah.
Colorado?
yes, I am still here. I will probably be here through most of July, actually. So
Oh wow. Okay.
the way things are looking, yeah, I've got my own things that are going on that aren't, I don't. My doctors that I have are in Colorado. I haven't like established my own team of doctors, whatever, on the East Coast. So I'm here for a little bit, but
Yep.
it's all good.
Well,
But I am, I know this is like TMI, but I should be officially stamped and on, like, not tied on paper, divorced this week, because we had our last meeting last week. Everything was finalized. So
I don't know if I should congratulate you or
no, you should. This has been it's been since August, and before that we were separated for a couple of years. So it's just been a long, and it helps it helps me a lot to not be tied on paper. I mean, I'm staying with him right now. He's been sleeping on the couch, which is great. I'm in, this is my old bedroom, but in the trailer in Colorado. But
and
yeah,
the Polly's
it's been going on a
Minion's going to
long
be in Colorado on Thursday, so I don't know how big
Whereabouts in Colorado?
I don't know how big Colorado is, but
It's big.
maybe you guys can grab lunch. I'm not.
Apollonie is
funny,
always, go
Is
ahead.
what? No,
I'll say
say-
she's always coming through Vegas, but I've just never had the chance. Either I've got Maddie, or she's like on the other end of Vegas. And Vegas, it takes you an hour to get to the opposite side of Vegas from here. It's that big, So
I've only been to Vegas twice, and those were back in like my partying days. So I don't,
Do you remember them? No, just kidding.
I do actually, I do,
Yeah.
but I just remember them as like some weird like. It's funny because a lot of it was based there, but it's like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's kind of how I remember Las Vegas back in the day. I haven't been since my 20s, so yeah. Oh, the chat's being really nice. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's been a long run. So we were in separate bedrooms living together for a couple of years, and it's been a long time now. But the divorce is. I was very against divorce. I never wanted to. 14 years of a person, but it is what it is, and it helps me a lot now with financial help, which unfortunately I need because of my illness and stuff. So when I'm tied to him on paper, we're tied together with his income and stuff like that, which I'm not going into that much more. We'll just say it's a good thing.
Well, then, congratulations.
Thank you. It's just a weight off my shoulders because I've been doing a lot of paperwork. It's just been like the court thing's silly, They draw things out. But Mark, you got the coolest, one of the coolest, best Batman movies in my opinion for your as a present.
Which one do you like?
And you're gonna laugh at me because I believe it's the last one I saw, which means I only saw very few. It's Batman Returns. Wasn't that 1989?
Let me grab it and look at it. I think it's earlier though.
No, it's later.
And I saw the one that had the Joker as Jack Nicholson.
That was 89, I think.
And Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman, and Michael Keating was Batman.
Hail anti-derivative Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Fun fact: the scene, and you can see it on YouTube. The scene where Michelle Pfeiffer is in the department store and she's cutting the heads off of mannequins with a whip. She actually did that.
She did?
And they
That's
did it,
cool.
and she did it in one take. And there's on YouTube, there's a video of it, like where she does it all, and everybody's like, "Cut!" and like, "Wow!" She really did that. So
that's cool. That makes her even more badass because she's so she's a babe in that movie. I mean, I'm not like that, but she looks good in that movie.
I
remember my dad being so obsessed with her.
It's hard to take her as the mousy, unattractive secretary because it's like that line from Wonder Woman where Steve Trevor puts eyeglasses on Wonder Woman and Etta says, "Oh, like you put on glasses and suddenly she's not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what. So the Batman was 1989, the first movie. So this was 91. What year was Batman Returns? Why can I not see a year on this?
Batman Returns, I think, was 91 and 89.
Maybe
89.
Yeah, it's because Batman 89, because I'm buying the Batman 89 comic.
Yeah. So I think it was 91.
I never saw any more current Batman. I'm pretty sure I haven't because I never saw Ben Affleck as Batman. I never saw Jared Leto. I never saw.
Jared Leto was
The Dark Knight. I wanted to see really badly.
The Batman Begins is pretty good.
I just wanted to see The Dark Knight because my friend actually did Heath Ledger's makeup for the joke, the Joker face.
You mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, but and I love Batman. There's no reason I haven't really, but I haven't seen any of them. It's weird. People are like, "What's the last Batman you remember?" I'm like,
yeah.
Well, it's now considered a really long time ago. I don't feel like it's that long ago, but.
Could not be reaching for the comments. Says 92. Yeah.
92. Okay.
Sounds about right. I was 8th grade.
I thought it was Christmas
going into 9th grade.
Yeah.
Wow, you're just a baby.
I know. I'm a 78 baby.
Wow.
Born in the set. I'm like, I wish I had been born 10 years earlier. I hate to say it, but I think I would have enjoyed a lot more of what was enjoyable. Or, what I think is enjoyable.
Yeah.
I wish I was a little bit older in the 80s.
Hey, we got the great clobbering
Clobby.
times.
Hey, Clubby.
What's up? Hey. So I'm late.
Oh, there's no late. There's no late.
A wizard is never late.
You guys both did that
What's
so well. Bad Albert every day.
That's because Clubby and I grew up during the Dark Ages, so
I remember
We-
that cartoon. I
we
loved
grew up with her. Yep.
It's clobbering times.
Yep.
Hey, Courtney. What's up,
I
Steve?
know.
Howdy, Clubster.
What's going
Hope
on?
you
I
had
don't know
a-
if you're. I don't know if you're a father or a dog father.
I am.
So happy
got
Father's
two.
Day to you.
It was good enough, I guess. I mean, it was happy, sort of. What's up, Jill?
Clubby's got a boy
It was
and
there.
a girl.
It was modest. Yeah.
Clubby has 3 kids, one of each.
Saw one of them.
Hey, Clubby.
One of each.
Cl-
Three
Clubby,
kids,
this
one of
is
each, is what he said.
Clubby. This is my first ever Father's Day present.
So
Oh,
cute.
look at that.
I love her face.
That's awesome.
peeking out
Yep.
the first one. I really do.
So yeah, this is, and then
I'm gonna frame that. Yep.
Oh, definitely frame it and hanging it.
Look
And
at
then
Hungry
also
Boy and Jill.
My brother and sister-in-law Clubby gave me
Hey, I love it.
this.
I love
So,
that. That's
You're as
great.
awesome,
incredible
yeah.
as the Hulk, as amazing as Spider-Man, as mighty as Thor, as something smart as Iron
smart
Man.
as Iron Man.
Smartest Iron Man. Yep.
As
Is
incredible.
Is that
right?
incredible or dependable? Or I can't tell.
I can't either.
Oh,
As
no, yeah.
dependable as Captain
Yeah.
America.
I guess I could just turn it around.
You
And
can
look,
turn it
but,
around and
As
read it,
honorable?
right? Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it up to the camera as much as I can.
Maybe
Yeah.
honorable.
As honorable as Captain America.
Okay,
So it says, "You are our superhero."
that's
So
the
it's
word
got-
that made more sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, Jack Kirby, John.
Let me see.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
Mary
no,
Severin,
Oh, let's see here. It was Ramita on Spidey.
Ramita. Sorry, yeah,
Let's see. Hulk
That's Mary
Steranko.
It's-
that's
I
Durango. Is that
love
Mary
hearing
Severin?
this stuff.
And
Oh, wow,
yep.
okay, I'm sorry.
And Kirby.
Thor,
Yeah, Kirby Thor, and that looks like Ramita and Bob Layton Iron
Bob
Man.
Layton. That one
Yeah.
I knew.
That's
And
more of a. I think that's a Ramita Gene Colan mix on Cap.
Cap.
Oh, by the feet.
Could be Ramita.
Yeah, yeah. The feet definitely look like Gene Colan. So
I
So
love
that was
hanging out
fun.
with all the experts.
Art spotting.
You guys can
It's
talk.
ridiculous. Art spotting's fun.
Oh.
It's pointless, but it's fun.
That's
So
it better
I-
than bird spotting?
Yes.
I forgot to say happy birthday. I mean, I said it to you on.
Oh, you know, you
Twitter.
sent me happy birthday.
I know,
Yeah, no,
but
thank you,
happy
Courtney.
birthday.
Yeah, thank you. No, it was a great weekend. Yeah, I get a 2-for-1. I get Father's Day and I get
Yep.
get my birthday. So, and of course, it was now it's kind of a tough day for me in some ways because it's my dad's birthday and Father's Day, and he's
Oh,
no longer with us. But you always, you think of that.
but that's bittersweet,
together.
kind of,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it is. It's Father's Day. Also, you can think of him, and
yeah,
kind of-
yeah. No, that's true. But you remember the good times. That's what I always try to do. Yep.
Hungry
Remember the
Boy.
good times.
Hungry Boy is one of these guys. You?
Yes, he did. He's one of those.
Oh,
But I think almost all the ones we named are have
dead.
passed away except for Ramita Senior
Steranko's dead.
and Steranko. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might be Steranko. No,
Wait a
I
minute.
don't know.
Wait. Bob Layton. Bob Layton died.
No.
No.
And neither did Ramita Jr. I'm
Okay.
just so used to most of my favorite artists being dead. It's just a habit now.
or dying off. Yeah.
he just says it.
No,
all
yeah,
gone.
you're right. Well, I'm glad they're not yet. Not these particular ones anyway. So yeah, Ramita and I think his son are on this
Oh,
shirt.
and let's look at this. Hungry Boy's drawing something for you, but repairs ding my timeline for completions. Mark, well, God,
Thanks.
that's much appreciated. Hope you're okay, and hope everything's repaired. And don't end up in the negative zone. Stay.
That's
So, yeah.
exciting, though. Maybe you guys can
That's
figure out
impressive.
who he is, right? Is
Nah,
that the
well, we
one
would
that-
never. Yeah,
He'll
but we
disguise.
don't.
I know you never say.
Secret
but-
identity.
He'll
Yep, yep.
disguise
Yeah, I know,
his.
I know you never say, but it's exciting.
Look,
Oh, we got
here.
a special guest now too. Another special guest.
Oh my!
Hey,
RMB.
Hey, hey,
how is
The other
everyone?
RMB.
what's up, RM?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Okay, guys, will you
Your picture's
indulge
so
me?
pretty.
Will you guys indulge me while I show this present again? Because I want Raquel to see it. It's my first ever Father's Day present.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Maddie looks so cute.
Little strawberries on her dress.
She's
the
so beautiful.
Oh,
Her little
thank you.
face through the first D. I
Thank
can't
you
get
so
over it.
She's
That was very
so
cute.
adorable. She just gets prettier and prettier every day.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
Thank
my
you so much.
Talented to
goodness.
put that card
That's my
together. That's
first.
impressive.
That's my first. It was actually her school. It was actually her school that did it.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome, yeah.
wonderful.
Those are the best presents. Although
Yeah.
as a guy with a lot of junk, quote unquote. I mean, some of those
Mhm.
kids' pictures and like my son did this great art. Well, in
And
my
then
opinion,
also,
great. Yeah, that's out here. Maybe
I
not
love
that
that
big.
shirt.
this is
Hey.
from my brother
Greatness.
and my sister-in-law. You're as incredible as the Hulk, as amazing as Spider-Man, as mighty as Thor, smart as Iron Man, and honorable as Captain America. I mean, this is like a
You're a
great.
super
Yeah, but you're
awesome.
our Thor.
hero.
So I would like a bigger Thor for you.
Well, thank you.
Ain't no better Thor than
But
Kirby's.
it's that's
Yeah.
I haven't even tried it on yet. I hope it fits.
It does.
Anyway,
Stop working
Max
out so much.
Redstone!
Those are my
Hello.
first ever Father's Day presents. So
That's
thank
awesome.
thank you for letting me share.
No, I would love to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, but
Okay, now everybody's off camera, so I will go off camera as well.
Oh,
I'm
another
on
cute
camera.
picture of Maddie.
I'm on camera. What are you talking about? See?
You're not on camera. Are you
See, my-
Galactus? Are you Galactus or Doctor Doom?
Yeah.
Anti-derivative
Are you
Jill
a
is
Funko?
here. Hungry
Jill.
Boy is here.
Jill.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of Captain James T. Skywalker is here.
Oh,
Phantom
wow.
Outsider is here. Yeah, most of the cool Dave is here. Most of the cool Darius
All the cool
Munchausen.
kids are here.
Yeah, all
Happy
the cool kids
Sunday
are here.
Fun Day, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a great time.
and you
But,
do. You guys have Father's Day up there the same day that we do. As could not be reached for further comment has told us. Is that correct?
Hey,
RMB?
Max. Yeah.
I think so. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, and I was saying, but my son, like you were talking about the stuff you bring home, like he did this really cool, in my opinion, like sketch with charcoal of like some sandals, and I pulled it out of the trash in his bedroom, and I have it hanging on our wall. It's like, Eric, that was a pretty cool sketch you did. Oh, it's no good. It's no good. I'm like,
That's a
you
sign
know,
of
of course,
it's a sign of a good artist. You know, he's striving to. He's seeing the flaws and realizing that he can do
Mhm.
better.
Mhm.
You know, that's what makes one an artist is
yeah, improvement.
seeing your room for
Objective
improvement.
self-critique. Oh, a Polynese
Thank you.
minion and the pepperoni.
Hey.
Yeah. We are Trek Dog approved.
That's right. The official dog
Yeah.
of Saturday Night Star Trek.
And thank you for Max Redstone for making that cool overlay there. So very cool.
Look
And
at
there's a
how
new
cute
one.
Simi is. Tell me that isn't the
Oh,
sweetest
she's
little
so cute. Let me
pepperoni
put her
ever.
back up. Yeah, so cute. Yeah, we'll leave her back up for a
Look
second.
at
Yeah.
that. Hello, baby.
She weighs about 6 pounds.
Oh, she's huge.
I think 15. Or they're around 15. I think.
15?
I'm
I
judging,
think, but don't
I'm
quite-
judging by the
I
I'm
think-
judging by the fingers that are holding
I
her.
think she said she was around 15. But you know what do I know?
Well, we don't know how tall
Wow.
Apollonie is, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'm judging by the hands holding her. I mean, Apology could be 6'2" for all I know.
You
Yeah.
could fit 5 Pacos in Simi.
Yeah,
Wow.
Paco was what are they, 2 pounds or
Paco is 3 pounds.
3 pounds, and then
And Lola's 4.
Maddie's dog is
Very cute.
80. Maddie's dog is 80, like about 85 pounds.
Yikes!
He's
That's not her dog. It's her
he's a
pony.
pit. He's a pit lab.
Oh.
And he,
So definitely her pony.
everybody, yeah. Well, it's funny because people are terrified of this dog. He's a bunny in a dog costume. He's the sweetest dog in the world. And she sits on him, and she's walked across his tail and all kinds of stuff. And he just, doesn't do a thing. He just looks at her like, "I love you, Maddie."
Here's the other one Max did for us. Yeah, I'm still gonna need his agonizer, but after scritches. Thank you, Max. Yeah,
Love,
that's
love,
awesome.
love.
that's another cute one. Yep.
That's cool.
Oh, see,
70s.
15 pounds. Yep.
Oh,
70s is
Hey,
here. What's up,
70s.
Kamloops?
Hail
How's it going?
70s.
The gang is rolling.
Cam
in.
Loops.
And again, happy Father's Day to whomever it applies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Dave has kids. I don't know if Eric K has kids. I don't know if
Dave,
70s
Eric,
Hey, Dave.
does.
Zacharat, Dave,
Zachariah.
Darius Munchausen. What's up, buddy?
Darius is here. That's great. Hail,
Yeah.
hail. The gang's
Call
all
me.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all the cool kids are here now. Well, with the exception of a few, Canadian Spider-Man, Lord Thoth, but still, it's still a pretty kicking group here. So
Yep.
yeah. And now
That's
that we
for
have
sure, yeah.
Courtney and Raquel, it's great to have some feminine energy in this
Yeah.
shot.
So I got to show. I've got a request to show Clobbering Times and Raquel my a couple of my presents here. So
Oh my God, I
Pretty
forgot
sure.
to I forgot to click the like button. What a
oh, you
man.
didn't click the like button.
Well, I have now. I have
Thousand
You
now.
don't like
lashes
it?
with
You
a
don't like
wet
us?
noodle.
You saying you don't like his show? Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You could strap me down and make me watch 2 hours of Wesley as punishment for that.
Oh no, you got to watch Strangled Nude Worms. That's going to be the punishment. Doomcock about had an aneurysm tonight about that last
Oh,
episode. He couldn't even finish it. It was so because this is
Really?
really one of the. He went nuts. This is when the certain scene that if I mentioned Raquel would start projectile.
Oh no!
puking.
Don't.
He quit. He tapped out.
He
was so
couldn't-
mad.
He couldn't take anymore.
Oh, he was laughing. I mean, he was not laughing. He was pissed off tonight so bad about it. He couldn't finish. It was, and I said, "Yeah, watch the trailer for next week."
It's a singing
DC.
episode.
The next week's trailer, it looks worse than this.
They're going to
Yeah.
be singing on the good
I
ship
did not have-
Lollipop.
If I did not have commitments, I would definitely be back on with him. What a sweet person he is. I just
Nice.
have to do a shout out. Hail to Doomcock,
Hail Doomcock.
DC.
Oh yeah, it was
Well,
great.
Great show. He's got a great
hanging
show.
with him,
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
a sweetheart of a human.
Now, he did love the latest episode of the Orville, and so he's loving that at least. But of course, rightly so, he hates Obi-Wan and especially Strangled Dude Worms.
What about Tom Cruise?
Hmm?
I said, what about Tom Cruise?
Well, yeah, he likes that, but nobody's perfect. I can't hold it against him.
Ew, Tom Cruise. Ew.
I know. I'm on that. I'm on the Tom Cruise. Not very much.
There aren't too many of us, so we have to stick together.
Well, Walter came to say hello before he goes to be lazy
look at
again.
the
Well,
puppy
hello,
dog.
Wally. How
What
are
is-
you,
Hi.
cute little doggo?
What is
You good boy.
Walter's a Boston Terrier. He's getting so old. He's getting so gray. I'm like, and
How
yes,
old is-
I stream from a bed where I am right now because I don't have an area to stream in.
That is
So
very,
stream
very John Lennon,
Just a
Yoko
puppy.
Ono, honey.
it. Yeah, right. You're not Yoko, I promise.
Yep.
You're John Lennon.
Do you know
Except
that
I
if
don't drink.
Yoko
We don't
Ono
drink
would
or
have
anything.
married Sonny Bono, that her name would have been Yoko Ono Bono?
Oh my
my
God,
goodness
that's
gracious.
so funny.
They'd have been
Sorry.
better. They would have been better matched. And Cher could
Sorry.
marry. Cher could marry. John.
Mm-hmm. Totally would have been on board for that. I concur, Captain. I concur.
If Tuesday
Oh,
Weld
that's
had married
funny.
Frederick March III, which
I
would be
said
Tuesday
he's-
March III.
Wow. Good
That
one.
was a stretch. I know. That was a stretch.
I like it.
Well, we can tell as many bad dad jokes as we want tonight, right?
Well, for another, it's yours over for you, but we have a little less than an hour left of
Right? Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Father's Day for
And-
us.
I have.
That was the line
Yeah,
of the
2
night.
hours.
Saying,
I
"Where's
thought it
my
was 2
birthday?"
hours.
Wasn't
Yeah, I
anymore.
have 2 hours and 40
Yes, Steve
minutes.
has
Yeah.
2 hours.
Did you see how big Thor's biceps are getting?
Yeah,
They're
he's
huge.
pumped.
He's ginormous.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about me or are you talking about Hemsworth? I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
movie. That's coming out.
We're talking about you.
We're totally talking about you. You were sick for you got sick, and I know you were not feeling well. Holy mackerel! Have you ever rebounded? You look like you could bench press a Pinto. You looking good, Thor.
I could bench press a pinto bean, but
Matthew Pounder. Matthew Pounder.
Matthew Pounder.
hail Matthew.
Hungry boy.
I
Oh,
know.
Bobby, I'm away from my desk. So if you
Yeah.
want from the,
Okay.
the keyboard,
What
if
you
you
got?
want
What
to
you need?
highlight well, you can just run the
Okay, well, I like this one.
any
from
chats,
Hungry Boy.
any chats you want to
Let's see.
show. Yep.
Yeah, but Walter has more talent than Yoko.
There was a comedian, and I don't remember who it was. And this may be, we have to remember this is just a joke. But there was a comedian that said, he was talking about when the guy killed John Lennon. He said, Yoko Ono was right there. You didn't have one more bullet.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's terrible.
wow.
Don't
That's-
fly it into the ceiling.
What are you doing with an Ezra Miller figure?
No,
Oh,
that's not as I was showing
That's not
Grant
Ezra, that's
Gustin
the-
because
That's
we
Ezra
were
Miller.
talking about the Flash tonight. So I,
I
said,
know.
"Here's
I know
some-
it's
yeah,
Grant
yeah,
Gustin.
yeah.
That show
You get, you
sucks,
get.
That's really good.
We already covered the Ezra Miller.
Yeah, we covered that. So
Yeah,
here's
no
what I
cover.
got. for my-
Single-handedly clearing out all of the tourists in the great state of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Clobbering Times, these are for you. I got these from my kids
No
today.
Funko Pops.
So
Your
they
kids
got
gave
my
you Pop
kids-
Funkos.
my
Well, they
kid-
really don't
my-
like you.
That kid they got. Well, I think these are cool. My kids love me, so I love
Aw.
those.
I think those things are cool.
These guys
That's-
are cute. The
That's
Galactus
parent.
is
That's parent
cool.
abuse.
It is parent abuse.
Just kidding. They're very
What's the
fine.
deal about
These
these? Why
guys
are
are
they not
cute,
like?
and
Hmm?
I just figured I'd show them to you and Doc do them.
Cool.
So these are actually not too bad. The Fantastic Four
I think
ones
they're
are.
cute.
Yeah, they're
They
cute.
remind me of Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
I don't know what that is, but I'm with you.
Neither do I.
Remind me of like a bobblehead or something. I don't know.
Mm.
Well,
Big
yeah,
head.
sort of. But
And then I got
what else you got back there? You got Die Hard.
oh, and I got
you that. Let's-
yeah, I got to share the movies. Yeah, I got you strike me down, I'll become
Go
more powerful than ever
you could
before,
possibly imagine.
or I will work on
Or
Tatooine.
or I'll go to Tatooine and jerk off for 20 years.
Well, I was gonna say sell
Sorry.
propane and propane accessories, but
Oh, but yeah, sorry.
That was not
or
right.
I like
or,
those glasses.
but they are cool glasses, or harvest fish, whales in the desert for the next 20 years.
Yes.
So he got pretty good with the. Someone's got to do I don't have the talent for skill for that, but do like Obi-Wan filleting fish with a lightsaber, like as a spoof.
Ooh.
Is
Like,
that the
that'd be
brand?
good.
Joy Jolt?
Yeah, Joy Jolt. Yep.
That because I have
I like them.
someone I can't figure out a birthday present for coming up, and
Yeah,
That's a-
here's the
those are
website,
really cool.
Courtney. So here's oh, come on.
It must be that must be old unless it's a
oh, is it just at StarWars.com?
no Disney on there, so it's old.
Him?
Mhm.
Joy Jolt. Yeah, it might be old. My brother-in-law, he just
old.
bought
Oh,
them,
it's
so I don't know.
at the top.
So who?
I gotcha. I'm putting
Yeah,
it in
but
right
yeah.
now and saving it.
See if
It
you
So
would be
what
Disney.
type of liquid do you plan on putting in those with that kind of messaging?
It should be whiskey, I guess. On
You
the
think
rock.
it's whiskey?
Yeah, that's what it looks like a whiskey
Yeah,
glass.
it looks like that's a whiskey glass. Yeah, they say,
Ooh.
call it. Yeah, because it's 10 ounces. So yeah,
It's a little
So-
highball.
little highball. Yep. So.
So they sell this all at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh, there you go. So if you're looking for a present for
I
someone,
mean,
that's the Star
not
Wars.
that I'm near
pick.
anything, but
Well, they deliver, I'm sure. So
yeah.
Why would
Bed
someone
Bath
give me
and
Batman
Bizzle.
Forever?
Mark Hungry Boy is asking you to show the Superman copter.
yeah,
again.
we're gonna do that
Superboy.
next. Yep.
It's
So I got-
Claudio probably
4K
like it.
Batman
Yeah.
Returns.
Batman
Okay.
Returns. Yep.
Fine. Batman Forever. Well, I don't know about that stuff.
I like Batman Forever.
I
like
don't
Batman.
think you've cleared that with me, so we'll see.
I never
Clear
saw
with
that
you.
one.
Am I allowed to
When I
watch it?
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Is that Jim Carrey?
This is a
Yeah,
dictatorship
Jim-
now.
I never knew Jim Carrey was in a Batman. You
Oh,
can make
you
fun of
didn't
me
see
all
Batman
you want.
Forever?
No, I was telling them earlier the last Batman I saw was the one with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer. Like
Yeah, that
Oh,
one there.
that's where you
Batman
stop.
Returns. Yeah.
That's a good place to stop.
That's what I've been
Yeah.
told.
Do you like
So-
Batman Forever, Mark?
I do like Batman Forever. Yeah, no, I do. I know. Yeah.
And
I went to see it
bad
with
as
my-
Batman and Robin, so they're fine.
No, I went to see it with my dad, and we kind of that was a fun
Oh,
movie.
greatness.
I remember
Oh, there's
Yeah.
some
The real
greatness
one.
there.
yeah, the
love
real,
that
the
movie.
only one.
The only
Right.
one.
Little Gene Wilder up in the
It looks like with
house.
Johnny Depp, that new one. No.
And-
Mm-mm.
And he lived nearby where I live, and like friends would always run into him, but I would never run into him. It's like,
Wow.
Gene Wilder did?
yeah, he lived
Yeah.
near in Connecticut.
Wow.
Yep, near us. So
No
like my friend would
way.
always
A lot of
run into
people
him in the
live-
grocery store.
Wow,
Go
is
to
that the
Radnor
set?
over there. Just the first one,
The first one, 4K greatness.
4K.
Wow.
But
One of the greatest
Wow.
movies ever made.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Look
creepy,
at how much
creepy.
hair he has.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
I used to have that
Greatest
much hair
ever.
when the movie came out too. Look
Good
what happened.
body, pal. One of the most quotable movies ever.
You know,
That's for
Claudia,
sure,
Claudia, it's surprising that at our age, you and I still have all our hair. I think
Sorry,
Claudia's
Nick.
hairline's actually
I had
advancing.
my mom cut my hair the other day, and there were like 5 wigs on the floor. She could have made 5 wigs with it. My brother's not so much.
Oh God, I love it.
I know this is a
There is
rehash
no
for
way.
people who have been here, but
No, it's still cool though. I was watching on the
cool.
TV. I just didn't hear it.
and then of course Darth Vader and Son.
I never saw that.
What is it with
That's
George
another great
Lucas?
gift for.
The book? It's really cool. I can't see. Oh my God, that's so cute.
Well, if you always put the letter, now I am the master.
No, I am
Only
the-
master of running away, Darth. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's me on my show.
Darth
Well,
Vader
if you
and
I
Son.
was put the letter, now you are the punk because I've seen your show. It sucks, old man.
This isn't the toy you're looking for.
Oh, this is cute. This is a cute book.
I'm sorry. I'm the
Yeah,
comment.
Nick, why aren't you ready for school? I'm here to put you back on schedule. Perhaps I can find new ways to try and motivate you. Yeah.
Oh my God, Luke.
So,
No,
I wish
it's
they had stuff like that, but it wouldn't make any sense. But like
That's
with
what
daughter, because I'm always looking
Maybe
for
super
presents for my
son?
dad.
get out of
It's
here.
hilarious.
So it's all, it's kind of like, like, oh, and
Yeah.
the yub song. Yep.
Yub yub. Oh my
Yub,
God.
yub.
Oh,
We
that's the
Ewoks.
best with
No,
the record
no
players, too.
Ewoks.
That's the best thing about the
Yub.
special editions. Is they took the Yub Yub song out of it of Jedi.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I was watching the Outer Limits last night, and who should happen to appear but Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
The new
And the new one.
Ooh.
Yeah, the new well,
I didn't know he
the
was
the
in
new
one.
one from the 90s. But
Okay.
I just I love the part. I forgot about the part where the psychiatrist asks him if in his last relationship he experienced a trauma, like in the Outer Limits episode. Of course,
Uh-huh.
it would make any Star Wars fan instantly start killing themselves laughing, after having that little dirty smooch with your sister. But yeah, I love that part. That's good when you get a
Nice.
little Luke Skywalker and a little Outer Limits.
Wow.
Whoever
I
did
never
the
watched that one
art
so
in
much.
this is so cute. It's so cute. The little kid. It's just
Yeah, and there's
like,
one for Leia.
Okay.
Also, the author did, and
Nice. What the kids
Luke,
gave you
I'm
that?
your father. Do you want a timeout? So here's I was showing it before. We'll show it again to give the author credit.
Better than
you-
chopping off his arm. And
get
Hungry
Father's
Boy,
Day
I
presents?
totally
Weird.
agree. Yeah, ew, the new Outer Limits. But the new Outer Limits is still way better than everything else on TV right now.
I love some of the new Outer Limits, and not every episode, but some of the stuff that was tied together. And then there's an episode where people are underground. Aliens are coming to Earth, so before they, you're not sure if the aliens are friendly or not, so they bury them with a doomsday device, and they're
You got
talking
all
to
that
each
for
other.
Father's Day, dude?
Well, it's my birthday too. Well, I think the book,
that's right. That's right. Forgot
the
about
birth, book I had, but I figured that'd be fun to show for Father's Day.
that. I got a Father's Day present once. It was the kid said, "How's it going?" I think that was it.
What? What?
What? They said, "How you doing?" That was it. No, I think they did give me something once where I got a Superman box set back in the 2000s when they did that. I think, yeah. Or I got a Battlestar Galactica model. Figure. I think
Nice.
way back in the one of the old Eagle Moss one.
Oh, those are great. Those ones, yeah, were
I
nice.
was like, I think. I'm trying to remember. You're not supposed to get presents on Father's Day. I didn't think.
Oh, I always got presents. And these are
Oh, really?
forever stamps that I'll never use, but you can get
those are
stamps.
Stamps. Why,
Those are
I didn't
stamps,
even
yeah.
realize that.
So my friends
Cool.
periodically will send me, with like an R2D2 stamp, Forever USA. Yep.
I got some crappy
Maybe
hamburgers today.
maybe
I got
I'd
burned up in
use-
the heat today. That was it.
I'd use that guy maybe, or
I'm just in a
BB-8,
bad
but-
mood on Father's Day.
Oh, honey,
I
I was
I'm
in a bad
sorry.
mood.
I
today.
love
That's right.
you.
I got that. Don't bother. No one else does.
I didn't get to see my dad today, so it is what it is.
Oh, really?
I'll be
I
grumpy
got
with you.
I saw my dad. That was just it was just too hot. I'm so sick of Louisiana, and it's not even summer yet. They say it's
Oh,
not summer.
man.
It is so summer.
The East
7
Coast, I heard, is
million
horrible.
That's insane.
Don't let go of it.
Yeah. Well,
Let it fly.
Why? Why can't you let go of it?
why
He-
it flew
he
up
read the
and knocked
instructions.
over lots of action figures. It's supposed to hover with your hand.
Well,
But,
read the instructions,
I
Mark.
did read the engineers.
Well, no,
reading
it said do not
instructions.
use inside.
Do not use outside. Do not use inside. So here
Do
you can
not
turn
use
them
it
on.
all. Wear goggles.
You're supposed to be able to hover them.
Wow.
Oh, his hover needs a little Viagra.
Yeah, well, he's actually. If I let go, watch. I'm gonna let go of him. He's gonna
All right.
hover away.
Okay.
There we go. I'll turn him on and off again.
So
His
far,
head's too- his
merely
head's-
reminding me of The Exorcist, but let's keep trying.
Whoa, there you go.
His head's too big.
He's pretty powerful. My God. He flew into the
He's knocking
Enterprise.
things over.
There's a lot of stuff in it to knock over too. So.
And meanwhile, his face is kind of just like a play school or like
Yeah, cute little innocent Superman.
innocent. Yeah.
I love you, hungry boy. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate your support so much.
Let me There we go. Let's try again. You ready, Superman?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Superman.
Behave, Superman.
Oh,
Oh,
He's supposed to hover with
and he's off.
like follow your hand,
so
and he
cute.
doesn't. So that's why who had the thought in the chat, like, connect him and then let him hover, with the fishing line. So let's see if I can.
Could not be reached for further comment. Says you're going to lose an eye.
I got my
Just
safety
shoot your eye
glasses
out,
on
kid.
tonight.
Poke your
It's
eye.
all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
That's right.
He's supposed to hover like that. Come on, Superman.
This reminds me of the flying helicopter things. I remember my ex. They tried so hard to get that thing to work, and it would do the
So-
same thing, just fly into the wall, the ceiling.
So Mark, where do you have the fishing line affixed?
Oh, to his feet. Oh, he just hit the
So
Enterprise.
you
Down.
did choose his feet. Let's see how you have that tied. How big of a
Well, the
knot
prob-
do you have? Move
Oh, I
the
have
knot to the front.
It is in the front. The problem
It
is
is?
it's off center. It's off center. So we
Ah,
gotta pull it.
crap. What if we tied it
Crap.
around his neck? Try his neck.
It is. Well, that's kind of the only spot I can get it. So what I might have to
Yeah,
do is
poo.
crack him open and put it through the metal. But he
That
was
little
actually working
sucker
pretty
is so
good there.
fun. I would definitely set him off in Costco. I would definitely do that.
Yeah. I
He's
love you
actually
for
kind
that.
of hovering a little bit better now. Let's see.
Where is Kal-El when you need him? Stephen M., where are you? Stephen M., where are you?
Oh,
Hi,
you know where he-
Zakarot. Hey,
All right,
sweetheart.
look
Nice
where
to
he
see you.
landed.
Oh, hi, Zakarot. Let's see.
Look, if you damage any of my Star Trek stuff, you've had the biscuit, mister.
He landed on the Enterprise. He's in the Enterprise.
Oh gosh, he's up there
So, yeah,
hanging.
Very funny.
It's up
That's
there.
amazing. He wasn't meant to be on ground, He wanted to
Yeah.
be.
yeah.
What a great thing to say. Love it. Yeah, just leave him there. He wasn't meant to be on Earth.
Yeah. Oh. See what happens.
You're like, I'm never gonna get him down now.
Never gonna get him down now. Yep. Oh, and I did get
Oh,
these
so-
other cool.
Hopefully he doesn't
Check out
fall on
these.
you though now.
These are cool. These are trivets. Dadman really like these. Yep. So for your
Awesome.
kitchen, R2D2 and C3PO. Yep.
Those are great.
So I'm gonna use these in the kitchen.
You
I'd
know
like to
what would
hang
make
them on the
those even
wall. So you
better?
can hang them.
If they were Star Trek.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. Yeah.
Just kidding. You're supposed to laugh.
Raquel,
this
I'm
time.
about to start my Star Trek endeavor. I haven't had my chance to start it just yet, but I'm starting with the 60s. Yes, I've never seen an episode of Star Trek.
What?
I know.
You know
Everyone says that.
what? I'm so jealous of you because
People
now you
said
get
that.
to watch it with a fresh heart and fresh
Yep.
eyes, and it's
So
going to
many
be
people said
so
that.
exhilarating and luxurious and entertaining and beautiful and heartwarming and
excited.
exciting and inspiring and hope-filled. You're going to have a great time.
And I'm really excited for the OG, like the 60s Star Wars, because I really like TV from that time. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Star Trek, the original series is the gold standard for all television and certainly science
Simulation.
fiction on television.
I'm excited. I don't really. Oh, I'm the only one on
Where'd
camera.
Steve go?
Hold on. He
What happened
left.
to
He's
Steve?
the only other one that goes on camera. I had my dog.
I'm gonna grab Superman.
Steve, where'd you go? Come back.
Yeah, I don't really watch TV, but YouTube keeps showing. They were showing Adam's Family reruns for a while, and now they're showing the Twilight Zone. I mean, I've seen them all, but it's still that's been my go-to.
All that stuff is good.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh,
Besides
the
like
old
80s TV, because I'm born in the 70s, so the 80s were like as a little kid.
Yeah, I grew up in the 70s, so
You grew up in the time that I wanted to. I always say I
Yeah.
wanted to be born 10 years before. I'm 78. I was born in.
I grew up
Oh.
10 years before.
yeah, I grew up in the 70s. It was a heck of a good time. I drank from the garden hose. There were ashtrays in the backs of the seats of cars. I smoked
yeah,
in a
we saw that in the
hospital. I
80s.
smoked on an airplane.
Airplane, yep, I remember that.
I smoked
do
in
remember.
school.
So funny.
I
My
never
mom
grew
was-
up.
My mom was a smoker, and it's so funny. Like nowadays, if someone sees someone smoking, they get like looked at, in a like weird way. And I
Yeah.
think back, I'm like, my mom and my stepdad, they had all the windows up with like 4 kids in the car smoking.
That's right. And on a long road trip, you slept in the back window.
Yep.
There was
we
no
had a
seatbelt.
station wagon, and they would put all the seats down and put blankets. So we weren't even in seatbelts, and they would make like a big bed in the back. And then they would leave overnight because then we wouldn't be fighting the whole time. But we would have like wrestling matches back there.
Yep. These were the days
Yeah.
prior to seatbelt. Prior to
Seatbelts.
seatbelt usage.
We're working
The
on.
seatbelt was your parent's arm. Like if you're in the front seat, the arm seatbelt.
Aw, did you guys see this? Can somebody put that up on the marquee? I don't have the power to do that. Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum, says, Thor in Vegas, as I call him. Guys, as you may have guessed, the prettiest girl in Las Vegas needs me. Thank you for putting up with me. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Nobody puts up with you. You're charming and
love
sweet
you.
and lovely. And he says, have a great stream and a great night. Happy Father's Day. Good night, Steve Mitchum. We love you. Kiss Maddie's face, her whole beautiful, exquisite little face for me. And very, very happy Father's Day to you, Steve Mitchum.
Yeah, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Take care, Steve Mitchum. Thank you for being here.
Max Redstone, I will not be singing the Ewok song. He put all the lyrics from it.
He did actually send me the lyrics. Yeah.
Well, you sing
Shin
it.
kicks. Shin kicks.
Yub. That's the one change they made in the special editions that I liked. They took that stupid thing out of the end of
Your
Jedi.
agonizer, please.
Please.
They took it out in the rehash of the Jedi. So, yeah. Well, Courtney, you never know. If you end up liking Star Trek, then you're in for. I mean, if it's not your bag, no big deal. But if you do end up liking
it, will be. I really have high hopes for it because it's everything you guys. I feel like when I'm here and I get to talk to you guys and like see. Just like I don't know, you guys, you love it so much. It's very exciting going.
We might have hyped it up too much for you. You never know, but
no, I don't think so.
I
mean, I even got to look at the old bridge versus the new bridge, and I like the old bridge better.
Good for you.
I'm just saying that's always a fear or a concern that people hype stuff up, and you'll hear about them.
Yeah.
You'll finally look at it yourself. And go, what's all the fuss about?
What are they
That
so
is
excited about?
Yeah, that's a human condition.
All my favorite shows
not always,
from are older. Like I
got you.
I think I was just born at the wrong time.
For me, it's comfort food for the soul. Just last night, I'm trying to change Raquel into this to be able to watch any random episode she wants.
Out of order. Yeah.
Real Trek. Yes, you got to start because she watches what she does, Courtney. She watches them in order. The whole thing, 735 segments, every series. In order every year.
I was going to say there's not that many in the first one.
The original series, then she moves on to the in the order. She moves on to the animated, then the original series films, and then the
you can't go out of order at all.
Next Generation.
No,
in other words,
Very
she can't.
ordered mind. Yep.
I've watched them all, of course, but now I'm to the point where I get in a Trek mood. I'll just throw an episode. Last night, just because I felt like some Trek, because we talked Trek last night on the show, because I'm just I haven't watched the original Trek episode since we reviewed them last year. It's been, it's about that. I'm like, nah, this is ridiculous. This is June? And I have not watched the original series episode yet this year because we're doing, that's not me. So I just threw on Arena, and again, it's just comfort food for the soul. And then I said, I feel like we're watching one of the movies. Let me throw on Trek 4 for no reason. Just throw it on there. And I could again, I've watched them a million times. They never get old.
Some beautiful choices there, Captain.
Just get you in a good mood. Like I just needed something to watch, and couldn't sleep anyway. So
yeah, just so you know, Courtney, we haven't been officially introduced. I'm pretty sure your name is Courtney. We're sick in the head, so we're not even fans. We're just simply 100% sick.
I'm like
head.
that with some
freaks.
things, so I can understand. You put some musical acts and actually music in general, and I'm
I hear you.
huge nerd.
It's like that. It's like a song you would listen to over and over again. It just takes a little.
Oh gosh, yeah. I've got if you put anything on by the Zombies, that's a band that I can listen to all the time, anytime.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they are, but
You know who the
I
zombies?
can
Yes, you
relate.
do.
They're
They
mostly
do
dead.
like it's the time of the
Yeah.
season.
Time of the season,
What's
yeah.
your name? Who's your daddy?
All right, good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that one. Oh, yeah.
They did that song.
See, that's
I
cool.
actually just
I
saw
like
the
some music, but I don't
zombies.
know music like you all. I just like listen to it.
I know they're not all original, but I got to
I love
see
that
them
song,
like
by the way.
8 years ago, 7 years ago. It seems like last year, but I know it's longer. I did just get to see them.
That's
in
the funny things
Colorado.
about songs from that era, Courtney, is there's so many songs.
They've been
People know,
redone too.
but they
So they've
can't tell you. They know the song, but they can't tell you who sang it.
Yep.
Look, somebody
Like Yub
can
Nub.
somebody go to my quarters, please, and get my
Max.
Klingon pain sticks. Mark needs some Klingon pain sticks this evening.
Max Redstone sent me this. Thank you,
Mac
Max. So
Redstone?
this is the translation. So
Straight
Yub
to the
Nub
agony
means,
booth to you.
means freedom. Yep.
Max,
we got freedom now.
go to
we
the
can
agony
live, be
booth
free.
right now. Go to the agony booth right now, or we're going to transport you into space. The end.
I would
the
love to hear
airlock with
someone. Thank you for taking care of those bots there, okay, and zapping them. I'd love to
Right
hear
there.
someone sing this song with the English version,
Yub Nub.
you know, with the
No.
translated version. Yep. Well, thank you, Max. Thank you for taking the time to do that. Appreciate it. Yep.
I'll even watch the special edition for that. Just yes, you have to look at stupid ass Aiden Christensen instead of God, what's it, Sebastian Shaw.
Yep. As
They changed it, but
as
still.
Anakin. Yep.
Yeah,
Well, that's why you can watch the specialized edition, like I did the other night. I got my
love that. I
palette
did watch
cleanse from Star Wars. Yep. So you got
Thanks
the
to you.
original. You're
you have
welcome.
Empire,
Yep,
you have
yep.
Empire and Jedi.
I've got Jedi and I've got Empire. I've got to.
Oh my goodness!
clean
I
up.
think he's eating chips. Are you eating chips instead of popcorn, Clobby?
No, I was eating an ice cream sandwich.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
That's why it was a different
That'll
sound.
cool-
I
that'll
always
cool
know
you off.
exactly what you were
I have
eating, and
ice
that
cream
was a
sandwiches.
curveball, Captain. That was
Sorry.
a curveball.
Sorry,
I totally have ice cream sandwiches. So I want one.
I
I
needed
have the
something. 'cause
Neapolitan ones.
I love. Oh, this is a little round one that was actually. It's weird because my son bought it, which I thought it was going to be garbage, and she bought it because it says organic on it. And I don't like things that are good for you.
Yeah.
It,
Well,
does,
you
it
don't
still
have.
doesn't mean though. It's still ice cream. I mean, unless it's like a coconut milk or a.
Yeah, it
Which
was pretty
they
good.
do not make good ice cream because I
What
try
are-
to be dairy free, except you can't do it.
Oh, my gosh.
You
I was just
can't.
afraid that it was good for me, and therefore it wouldn't taste good.
Yeah.
Not good for you.
I like the
Things are good for you,
I
not
like the
good.
inorganic food much better. I was in like
Yes.
20 years ago. I was in an organic grocery store in San Francisco. My buddy lived there. I'm like, where's the inorganic food? This all looks way too healthy.
I
And the
like
people in the
a-
store heard me. They weren't too
Yeah.
happy when I said that.
Yeah.
You know what? Organic can taste fine depending on what you're eating. You know,
Yeah.
it's really tough. I
Right.
try to stay gluten free as much as possible. That is where the gross food comes in. Like if you want
Oh, yeah.
anything that resembles bread, forget about it.
I need to
I
get. I'll
would
probably
die
get me another
without
one.
gluten. I'm Irish. I can't
Me
survive
too.
without
Me too.
gluten.
I'm Irish and Scottish, and it's awful, but I have like an inflammatory condition, so I try to keep.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
they're inflammatory foods and stuff. But I mean, I totally cheat. Don't get me wrong. I cheat all the time. but
Potatoes
in
are a
general.
religion for me. So is
Mark?
bread.
potatoes.
Bread.
And bread,
Yes.
I know. Bread's the hardest.
Mark, I've decided that we will. You can help me do an intervention to Raquel. We're gonna do one of our first of our many treatments intervention we're doing to turn her into a geek for
Okay.
Star Trek.
I'll try
So
to help.
we're
Yep.
gonna make her. This is just a hypothetical, so it won't be too bad tonight. But your training will get into serious stuff. All right, Raquel.
What?
You're sitting down
Yes.
and you just feel like watching a Trek episode.
Right.
And you
Out
have
of
to just
order.
book out of no order, no binging. You just got an hour or two to kill before you go to bed or whatever.
Okay.
And you got the whole series, original series in front of you. You have to pick one right now.
Okay.
This is just a test. Can you do it? No cage either. We're disqualifying the cage because it's first. It's got to
Yeah.
be random.
Oh.
I knew she was. See, she was going to go to cage. I know it. No.
No cage. Yeah.
No, that's cheating.
But if you don't start at the beginning,
See,
You don't
We're trying to break you
comfort food. Like if
Yes.
I needed like I had like my favorite ice cream is Baskin Robbins peanut
Right.
butter and chocolate, and I asked
Oh,
my
God,
kids
yeah.
to get me that
That's
for my
good.
birthday. And I,
That's
you know,
pretty
and then, you know, like if I need, like, you know, I know I shouldn't do it trying to lose weight, but, you know, for my birthday, hey, if I'm going to eat ice cream, it might as well not be that inorganic, you know, non-dairy stuff. I apologize to,
That's not ice cream. I've
yeah,
tried every
apologize to,
single one trying to find a good one. No.
yeah, I know some people can't have lactose, and my son actually hasn't been doing too well with. He's got to get tested, but yeah, that's like your comfort food. So like, if I've got to watch Star Trek, I'm throwing in Galileo 7 is probably the one
There
that's
you
going to
go.
pop in.
So
You know,
we're
Well,
not
if you
letting her off
force
the
me,
hook.
like if Courtney came
Yeah.
over to my house and Courtney's like, Raquel, show me Star Trek.
She's cheating.
Show me what you love. Okay, I can see the first I would show her the cage, but I can definitely tell you because I would want her to start at the beginning for her to see the real
Cheating.
Pike, how sexy he is. But you know what? The second thing I might put in, although I would 99% of my body would be screaming because we have to go in absolute order. But I think I would go Cage, Where No Man Has Gone Before,
Cheating.
Devil in the Dark, Space
Okay.
Seed, City on the Edge of Forever, then Mirror Mirror. And I think I would have her. I would
See?
have her in the
Wow, you
conscience
did
of
it. You
Just
Star
broke-
Trek.
cheated. Let me tell you something. Number one, you were in trouble. You just
Sorry.
cheated. You dragged Courtney in this just to get
I
yourself
did.
off the hook.
Thank you, Courtney.
This is
I
you by
haven't started
yourself.
it yet, so but I
Right.
do like the idea that it's before like it was serial
Yeah,
television.
she
You know what I
just
mean? I
used
do
you.
like that they're kind of
Yeah, She just
episodes
used
that
you.
you could watch.
This intervention is not going to work unless somebody works with me now.
Yeah. So
Can't-
what would you
can't
do,
drag in
Raquel? If you're on
anyone
a
else.
if you're on
You're
a
by
desert
yourself.
island, Raquel, you can only have 3 episodes and they can't
doesn't
be in
work
order. What
Oh.
would you bring to that desert island to watch if you had to watch 3 episodes and they can't be in order
She's
from
gonna
TOS?
3 episodes of TOS and they can't be in order?
Yeah.
and they
What would
can't
you
be
bring
the first one either. No,
Yeah.
no cage.
on a desert
Oh.
island?
No Cage?
No cage.
No
See,
cage.
Then I just kill myself
Mark-
before I get to the
Mark, you're
island.
not helping. Nobody,
I'm
you guys
trying.
do not
I'm
understand
not
how
laughing that you would kill
I'm
yourself.
trying.
It's just a great answer.
I jump overboard, I slather myself in chum,
All right,
and I
see?
jump overboard. No,
Mark, you're
no
not helping with the
cage.
introduction. With
No
the
cage.
intervention.
I'm
This intervention
trying.
is not working.
thought-
That did not work. You can't give her.
I thought
you
that
can't
was
give her
pretty
a-
good though. The
No,
desert
no, no. You
island.
gotta be. She's got to be at home.
Okay.
No extreme circumstances because everyone
Okay.
picks the extreme. I'll kill
All right.
myself. That doesn't work in the extreme. She's at home, just in a real Trek move. She's missing
Okay.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
And she doesn't
Missing,
wanna watch
missing TOS.
original series.
Missing Captain Kirk.
How about you
she's
could make
missing
it harder and
Spock.
say she's like locked up in jail, which I'm
No.
not saying you would be, but like you, there's
Everybody
nothing
keeps
else to
ruining my
watch.
intervention. No one knows what I'm talking about.
I get where Clapper's going. Yeah.
No. She's sitting around, and you can't have the cage, and you can't have Where No Man's Gone Before either, because that's also cheating.
I'm sorry.
After that, so you got
She's like, I can't show it.
pick. Other than that, you feel like sitting for an hour and basking in the loveliness of Star Trek, and you don't care about anything in order because there's no order to them anyway. Prod order doesn't even matter that much
I
because
feel like this is unfair to her.
no, she loves anthology, so she knows. So
I do
and
have
that's
to-
Star Trek is an anthology in a way.
Oh, now you chose the cerebral diction, and now I think I'm fully in.
Star Trek is an anthology that happens to have recurring characters. The original series is.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's
Okay,
zero
so
continuity.
well, for sure, Devil in the Dark has to be in there.
I know I'm so proud of you. You've taken your first step into a larger world.
Devil in the Dark for sure. You know, when my daughter was little, she said to me, of course, I'm constantly watching Star Trek when she was growing up, and she watched Devil in the Dark when she was extremely young, and she said, "Mom, the Devil in the Dark, that sounds scary. You don't like scary things. Is it scary, Mom?" And I said, "No, honey. The Devil in the Dark is us."
Yes, nice.
And that's
love
a
it.
great episode. That's something
Yeah,
you
it's
raise
one of the
your
all-time
kids on.
greats.
Devil in the
Yep.
Dark
Now-
is something you raise your children on, even if they're very small children. That's how you turn. That's how you switch on.
Was her
Uh,
first
it's
word?
beautiful.
Was her first word Horta?
Horta. This is beautiful though. Again, look,
No,
this intervention is very abusive, I understand, but it's for your own good.
yeah.
Um,
I think I would start with Devil in the Dark.
There you go.
I think
then-
I would do Mirror Mirror,
let's say like, okay, you were at somebody else's house, happening to be sitting around visiting someone, and oh, hey, look, Star Trek's on, and it happens to be not the Cage. It's just like because the Cage wouldn't be in that. Also, it was, they were, it was like on TV, like Me TV.
What stupid people am I hanging around with? No, I'm kidding.
That's true. That's a good point. But you're visiting, and they said, hey, you want to watch Star Trek? And it's not the Cage. And you're, are you gonna? And let's say it's, I'm not gonna let you pick this time. Let's say it's, all right, you're sitting there, and we're all sitting around being polite. And you go, oh, Star Trek. I've heard you. I remember you saying you like Star Trek, Raquel. And look, it's on. Let's watch it. And it's coming on right now on Me TV on Saturday nights, which it does.
Okay.
And we'll be nice to you. Won't pick a crappy episode though, because there aren't that many crappy ones, but they have some in the third season. Let's pick a good one, but we're not going to be easy on you. Like Devil in the Dark or Mirror or even City on the Edge Forever. Okay. But
you guys are making me want to see Devil in the Dark like first, and I can't
you should. Oh, you should.
Oh, you
come
should.
over to my house. I'll help you.
So
come. We will journey together.
This is a cool name too, and everyone's talking up about it. So
the episode is The Apple.
Okay.
A fine episode.
It is.
You'll sit there and watch it with these people, even though it's out of order.
I would, but I would volunteer to make the snacks.
Oh man, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough fight here.
Will they be sandwiches, Raquel? That's the key word with men,
right?
This is going to be a tough intervention.
Wowzers!
Right,
making sandwiches.
At least I'm not torturing you with TNG, where you'd have to like choose between well, any episode of that, to be honest.
But Raquel, didn't you grow up watching them in random order?
Yes, I grew up watching them in random order on a black and white television in the mid 70s.
Yeah,
that's what I did. Yeah, it was Phantom was mentioning. Yeah, PIX would. I think it was always random. I don't know if they ever went in order.
Oh, I'm not old enough where that I can do 1966. Imagine being 10 years old in 1966.
Right. Back then, you couldn't guarantee any kind of order anyway. And remember, up until around 1988, we never got to see the Cage.
That's
right.
Got to
see Menagerie.
And in Canada, it wasn't technically out until 1989 because that's how long of a delay it was. So, yeah.
Although college campuses, Roddenberry did bring it around to college campuses in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm, yeah. But I think a lot of people have that saying that developed on the socials, on social media, the Mandela effect. I think a lot of people watched the Menagerie, were blissfully unaware of Gene Roddenberry's genius in pushing through his own notions and repackaging that, not only to save money, but also to get through ideas that had been previously shot down due to the fact that they were far too progressive for television at the time. So I think that's why a lot of people, it's that new fandangled saying everyone says the Mandela effect, when it's actually Menagerie against the Cage, and not realizing, of course, 88, 89.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a really funny thing that I didn't know this is what it was, so I just had to message my friend to ask. It was either last week or the week before on my my Insomniac show. We don't typically talk about anything that's like Star Wars, Star Trek. It's just because the show we tried to keep out of the pop culture, everything. But my friend played the Klingon war hymn. A Klingon war hymn. Is that Star Trek?
Wow. Klingon war hymn, you said?
Hymn. Yeah, he just texted me. It was a Klingon war hymn. Maybe I'll find it on my thing. He just played it, and it was like the weirdest thing. Or I could probably find it on YouTube.
Is it like from a soundtrack or something?
I don't know. It is.
Huh.
Curious.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody in the chat, stay alert. The Bronze Wrencher, the great Bronze Wrencher,
yes, of course,
has to BRB.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Eric. Yep.
Keep your head on a swivel. Incoming.
I've been going and reporting them. Like that's you can do that when you're not a wrench. So hopefully that helps a little bit.
It does help. It does help.
I love teasing Raquel about that, but actually I do admire her for being able to do that because, man, it's just I couldn't take it because you have to go in order and then you have to sit through some stuff. I used to after I watched all the episodes after recorded them back in the early 80s on our big fancy ass ridiculously expensive VCR and bought all those audio tapes and recorded them.
Did you have a forehead VCR?
Yeah, it was that
That
old
was
one
the,
from
that was the best.
1978.
Yeah, we got the forehead VCR.
Big mother.
And the first thing I did was pause Star Trek so I could just look at the Enterprise.
Yeah, we should do
and
that.
without
Yeah.
flickering.
Pause it.
But you have to be careful with the pause back then because you
Yeah,
know
you
beta
did.
You
was
could mess
far
up the
more
tape.
reliable if you paused on
Yes,
a
you would eat up the tape
VHS.
sometimes.
Yes, not only would it eat your tapes, but it could also affect your tracking, and it would also remove some of that. Well, basically, you know, tapes are just rust and tape. Rust stuck to
Right.
tapes, information held in rust on tape. So pausing, very bad. Your agonizer, please.
Oh, it was
Once I
so
got all the
glorious to look at
episodes,
that
then I would go
Enterprise.
back to watch. There were certain ones I wanted to watch over and over again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas other ones, I'm like, do I really want to sit through the empath again? Do I want to sit through the Cloud Minders that much, or when I can watch Doomsday Machine?
I don't know. The Cloudminders has a pretty good view.
You like that silly stuff with I forgot what you liked about that one. Now I can't remember.
Well,
Something
the
to do with
bodies
Spock and
aren't
that-
bad.
Well, the chicks are hot, but you know.
Yeah.
That's what my joke growing up with my friends was like they spent the whole budget on all the gorgeous actresses on the
Mhm.
show.
Yeah, but they got a lot of hot chicks and dumb shows, so this will make the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always tell people when they do that, I say, look, it's Hollywood. They don't put unattractive people in Hollywood in the 70s or 80s. And 60s.
Unless
Yeah.
you're on UFO.
On UFO, they had hotties on there, didn't they?
No, they had some people that were like, "Yee, did you fall out of a tree and
The
hit every
chicks
branch
weren't.
on the way down?"
Well, not the chicks. So us guys were
Not
lucky.
the women.
Yeah,
Not the women.
us
Guys
sex
were
That's
allowed to
guys
really
were fine.
funny that you just said that. I had this is totally this is short, but it's off the subject. But I was in a punk band, and it was like when I was a teenager, and we had an 8-year-old singing for us. Like it was kind of like a novelty thing. But we had this song called "She's So Ugly," and the 8-year-old boy was singing it. So she's so ugly, she's so ugly, she turned me into stone. She's so ugly, she needs to fetch a bone. She's so ugly all day long, or all something day. Makeup won't make my ugly go away. But then it says she hit every branch. I can't think if that was
On
right.
the ugly tree. Oh.
But she hit every branch on the way down. Yeah, she ran into the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Wow.
I didn't tell the story correctly. I apologize.
No, that's
But I
okay.
was
It's
in a
just when you
band.
stand in the wrong line in heaven, shit happens.
Let me know this. Yeah, in TV, the 64 goddesses. Sorry.
What is Hungry Boy saying? How can I watch things in order and enjoy Cat's Paw and the Ultimate
Yes.
Factor every month, though, Raquel? Laughing out loud. I won't relinquish
She folds
my love
laundry.
of bad community theater. I love that you call it community theater, though. I love that you recognize that because of your background in fine arts and because, you know, you're a professional artist of considerable standing. So although you materialize here anonymously, yeah, I always love your comments, Hungry Boy, and I love your opinion. So keep them coming, babe.
Hey
I
Jill,
like
are
the
you
community theater part.
are
too.
you a
Like,
binger
well,
like Raquel? Do we need to do an intervention on you too? Just curious.
Well,
Mark,
she
you're
is
not
a
one, are you?
nerd. She's my fellow nerd, and nerds are linear.
I don't know. What about you, Mark? You don't do that, do you?
No. I mean, I started doing it once you guys did.
Oh,
but
nothing wrong with binging, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but well, like Daredevil, I binged. Yeah, but I started
that's-
watching shows in
old
order. But
shows don't have to.
in the past, I would just watch. Of course, then like I love emergencies, so you know I went through and I watched that in order finally because you know you growing up you miss episodes too as a kid. Like you never had a chance to watch every
yeah, well, that's
episode.
true. A lot of
Either
So
it
you
was
like-
on or it wasn't on, and if you got home
Yep.
too
Yeah.
late or you went to bed too early, you didn't get to watch the show.
That's right.
Yeah, so what I would do was
I think we lost Mark.
Where
Yeah, I
did
was
you
gonna say,
go,
what just
Mark?
happened?
Where did you go?
He kind of
where
dropped
did
completely
you
out.
go now, my beautiful
There he is.
friend?
Streamer just said there
What
wasn't.
happened?
It was not our fault. Not your
Well,
fault.
hello.
No.
But I'm
So-
back. Yeah. So I think I was saying something. I don't know if I got clipped off, but emergency.
Please
But
begin again.
so there was one episode. You know, my grandmother was Italian, so she loved to make bread. So there's one episode where it's a rescue, where a kid eats too much raw dough, and the dough rises in his stomach,
Oh,
and he
Oh.
looks
I
like
think I
he's
remember that.
Prego. And my sister and I were like, you know, like, was this a Mandela effect? You know, we're like, I could have sworn that, you know, there was an episode of Emergency where this happened, you know, and we were, because like we'd eat too much raw dough and grandma would be like, you know, don't eat that. It's going to make you sick or whatever. where we never eat that much for like a little teeny bit, but she'd be like, you shouldn't eat the raw dough. And and my sister and I were like, are we crazy, dude? And then so I was watching in order, and I found the damn episode. I found it where the kid
Oh, wow.
ate too. So we're like, it did happen. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That was one of those Jack Webb shows, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Jack Webb. Yep.
Yeah, I love
Because
Jack
he
Webb.
did the
He did
so-
Dragnet,
Dragnet. Yeah,
Adam 12.
yeah, they had a crossover with Emergency in Adam 12.
They
Yeah,
did. Yeah. I love those old shows like you were talking about, Courtney, because again, one of the things about them is they're pure and they don't have continuity week to week stuff. You can watch it. You can just enjoy a story and get in and out with the characters, and the next week is something new. I don't know. Continuity is overrated sometimes. I'm not saying it's bad for every show, but
yeah.
Yeah. You sit down to one meal and the meal is fresh. And since she's Irish, well, she's also a little Scottish. But you know, she's got a bit of Irish in her. So I'm just gonna say peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old.
Days old.
So you don't, Clobby is not going to be having any of the soup
no.
from 9
He's in
days
it.
ago. And we're always talking about this, Courtney, whenever we're on the streams together. We're always talking about the fact that short stories are so difficult to write that they're not using them anymore. They just keep using these long, forever, forever leaving you unsated story arcs, these long stories, because it costs a lot of money to get short story writers involved, and then to get teleplay people to massage those short stories into something that can be put into celluloid. And so what's ended up happening is instead of discussing ideas now on these shows, they start with an idea, but then because they have to stretch it out, they get into interpersonal drama, and it turns into a giant soap opera. And so what ends up happening is instead of discussing ideas, we only discuss people. And then we wind up in dark hallways crying, rubbing each other's backs. And it really sucks. They need to stop it.
On the CW, you might add.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If everything is a soap opera in every genre, eventually it's going to be like that Second City moment, SCTV moment, when everyone starts throwing their TVs out of their apartment buildings. That's going to happen. It's going to happen.
We're not going to take it anymore. Yeah.
I love that show.
So Jill's got a great way to watch Star Trek or pick a series. So this
I
would
don't know what this even means.
So she uses Star Trek's 1 to 79. So you have a random number generator on your computer, and then there's like an app or like in basic, I know, like in basic, you have the most simple computer. You can do a random number generator function command, and it picks it. So so.
That's
and then
great.
you would say you go with that episode. But I don't know, that might kill Raquel though, right? I mean, if you had to go, here's the random. Well, let's try it. Random. We're gonna
She's
do
a
random
math teacher, okay?
Yeah.
You'd have to roll with your homies on that one. At least she has a system. You can't just,
Yeah.
Like
I
watch over
Victory Song.
667 hours of Star Trek every single year. If I didn't do it in a linear fashion, I'd probably go batshit crazy.
They call that guano loco.
Yeah, that's
Klingon
Victory Song.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, I
that's
see it.
the RNG. That's so funny.
Okay, episode 41's. What's episode 41, everyone?
Of what?
Episode
Star Trek.
41.
TOS.
I'm not good with numbers. I need titles, so you can just say something could happen. I can tell you the name of it, but I've never been good with that.
41
that's-
is the Deadly Years.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know my numbers. Oh, there you go. Love the Deadly Years. I love that one.
I would have a problem with this random number generator because how Raquel is with like having to watch things in order. I'm really, really bizarre with numbers. Like there's bad luck numbers and good luck numbers. And they only make sense to me. So if it landed on a number that I didn't like, I couldn't do it.
I don't know numbers at all. I know titles.
I'm a number person. I remember like every phone number from back when you had to dial phone numbers, not just hit the name on your phone.
But that Klingon thing you're talking about, that's from an episode called Birthright Part 2.
That's what it was. I texted him. I'm like, what is that you played on my stream? Because he was doing it to be funny. because I have this thing where I freestyle rap, which obviously I can't freestyle rap. Like, I'm horrible. But I do it to get to him on my stream, and since he played
It
that,
is
trying to get to me, and I
Metamorphosis
was
could not be reached for further comment.
Yep,
Jean L.
Metamorphosis.
Kuhn, that is a part of the holy trinity of all happiness. Jean L. Kuhn.
I love Metamorphosis.
That's a great episode. That's an underrated episode, I think, too. And what's really good, if you have the Roddenberry Vault, watch the interview with the director of that episode.
Oh yeah.
And the talk with the cat, just a phenomenal. Who forgetting the director of that. That was
Is it Pevney
Ralph
or-
Sineski.
Ralph?
Ralph
No,
Sineski.
I think that was.
Yep.
I think
No, that's Sineski. Yep.
no, that's Sineski. That's the Ralph,
Yep.
which
yep.
is a noun
Metamorphosis.
and a verb.
Yeah.
yes, it
I
is.
thought it was a
Who
name.
names their kid Ralph? It's a noun and a verb. I'm in danger.
Spectre. Now we went to Spectre the Gun.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah,
See?
but you got to watch it. It comes on at midnight on
that's not
Channel
what I
11.
do.
You're watching it. Yep. Well, if it was
Oh,
on,
That's
that's
still
different,
Jean
yeah.
L. Kuhn.
That's
Yeah.
different. Yeah. Talking about if I get to choose the episode. I don't know
no,
about
these
the
are
whole
not. You don't get to
stuff.
choose. Now we're watching all of our yesterdays.
Oh, see that's Jill's method, right? Well, I won't be using.
yeah,
that
that's
with
his
Jill.
Jill's method. Yep.
I choose my episodes.
Max,
Now
that
we're-
was the song that Max put in the chat.
We were in the third season in the '60s.
Whom God destroys. Well, this
At
is
least that's
random.
okay
1
to
to
watch.
7.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Now we're on episode 36. This is just. We're on Cat's Paw, the Halloween
Oh,
episode.
no thanks.
Oh,
I like
not-
that number though, and I like Halloween, and I like cats.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might
some
like that.
people
It's
like
the
that
Halloween
episode.
episode. Some people do like it. I don't like it much, but
For the world is hollow and I've touched the sky. That's an
Nah,
all right
boy.
episode. Yeah, not great.
Is that a
but
Hollow
it's
Earth?
watchable.
A Hollow Earth theory?
not
Not
quite.
No, it's we can't say because you're gonna watch it.
well,
Oh,
here's
a
the
gooder.
problem,
This is
Courtney.
a gooder.
The problem, Courtney, is that starting it at episode 56, things start to get pretty dodgy. Because what happened with the original series is by the time we reached episode 56, the Holy Trinity had walked away. And basically they were on their fourth corporation who was managing the show. And because of that, they didn't want it to be cerebral anymore. They wanted to do more popular stuff. It was less about science fiction. It became a corporate show where they were trying to, herd everyone around their TV trays, to be in front of their TV trays, eating their TV dinner, watching the show. So that's what happened. And we had to push to get to 79 to get to syndication. So there were lots of factors involved. So beyond 56, there is some stinkeroonies, but they have absolutely nothing to do with true Star Trek. There are some golden shining moments, but I am
I'm not
warning
going to
you,
be able to
past-
forget 56 now. I'm going to be like,
56
this is where it gets
is the
bad.
cutoff. Yeah, that's where our people were not in charge anymore. That's when the corporation took over, kind of like what's happening today, when a corporation takes over an IP
Yeah.
and they just instantly start to finger paint in their feces and they're just smearing it all over everything. So yeah,
So we got a gooder here. We got piece of the action 46.
a
This is
piece
fun
of
to
the
do.
action.
And then
I
we'd
like
roll
that
from
title.
piece of the action. We'd
Steve's
roll all
favorite.
the way to where no man has gone before. Oh, that's a
I
good
like that
one.
title.
There we go. And then
Wait a minute.
we're back
3?
to 41.
That's not production order.
Nope.
Well, this is
That would be
number.
2 is production order.
Yeah, 2B. Yep, 2B. Yep. This is in air
Prod
order. So
order is in
41
the far right.
deadly
Mark.
years. Yeah, prod orders here. Yep.
Mark and the funky bunch.
Yeah, so I mean, normally
my God.
TV goes by the they don't go by prod order, they go by
Air
how
date.
it was aired. Air date. Yep. So 34.
Well, you know what? F them.
F them.
Something made the dogs wake up. I think
See?
my husband ordered a pizza. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey,
October 27th. Hold on. Wait. Oh, is that Cat's Ball?
Well,
Oh,
40
yes.
is
So interesting. Okay.
it was
that's
a Halloween
cool.
episode.
Halloween.
Yeah,
It was
yep,
a
yep.
Halloween episode.
So that's my mother's my mom,
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
not that year, obviously.
Friday's child.
And my mom
McCoy
is a redhead, so
delivers
she
a
always says
baby.
she's a witch. It's a joke,
Yeah.
She doesn't practice like
I got you.
Wicca or anything like that.
So I don't think this number generator is very random. I think Jill would concur. This doesn't seem to be that random, but that's just a fun. That's a fun way to view the episodes. And there's an app that would randomize the Netflix episodes when it was on and the Plex server that I use, you can do randomized series, which is nice too. So you can get
I don't know.
it random.
You know, I might be with Raquel on about the random thing, only because I relate it to music. Like if I'm listening, I used to be really into vinyl. I lost all my vinyl in the fire, which stinks. But with a vinyl record, you listen from the beginning, to the end. There was no skipping around. And so I'm used to listening to albums like that. Like I can't stand the shuffle feature unless it's like a mix. You know what I mean? All different bands and stuff like that.
I like the way you think.
So I can kind of relate to what she's saying.
You've actually listened to a whole album?
Like
You've actually done that? Oh my! I mean,
I know.
No, but I was asking. I was asking. My daughter is really into music and is a singer, so she listens to albums. But now they all do Spotify. So I asked my boys if they've ever listened to an album through, and they're like, "Well, Dad, is you making us listen to the Beatles all the way through count, or Sgt. Peppers?" Or
these days because of the internet.
And most of their friends, I've done it for fun, as an informal quiz, like, how many have you listened to an album all the way through, and they're like, kind of like asking me what an album was. None of them had listened to a whole album, and I think the shame of that too is you missed.
Tapes, you had you didn't have.
Oh,
to,
you had to,
did,
yeah. No, you did.
Just listen to it. You're not going to sit and hit fast forward on a cassette tape, especially.
I mean, only like on in the Police album on their second. What's the Be My Girl? Sometimes I try to skip through Be My Girl by the Police. The song about the certain doll. So
as long as you press stop and then fast forward, or stop and then rewind, I wouldn't be angry with you if you did that on a cassette. But
people that hit, you can't do that. You can't not do
You can't do that, especially if you have the double playback or if you have the flip playback, because it will eat your tape. Mark, why do you always do things that eat tapes? You're agonizing.
Well,
please.
You know that song that I'm talking about, "Be My Girl" by the Police. Yeah, yep. So that's a skippable song.
Skippable. That's an interesting adjective to choose. I think other people would choose much stronger adjective there.
Yeah, but no, I love listening to albums, and you miss a lot of great, like "Born in the '50s" and "Sticking to the Police" is like a great song. Was that played on the radio much? But that's one of my favorite Police songs, and you'd miss that song if you didn't listen to the album all the way through. And I'm a huge Jethro Tull fan.
Also, another thing, for me, I'll hear a song, and then I instantly start singing the next song on the album in my head because it's just what I'm used to, in order, and then it's not, and I'm like, what's going on here?
I love this. I love this. Another linear thinker. Good for you.
Yeah. No, it's true, because I love
that changed it all.
I love
CDs you could just skip,
skip. Yeah. That was the beginning of the end.
Nobody knew the struggle. It wasn't a struggle. It was cool. You knew everything. And
you knew the whole
a lot
album.
of it had the lyrics. You could read the lyrics and while you were listening the first time. That was always exciting to me.
Well, yeah, I'm a Jethro Tull fan, so I love the "Thick as a Brick" could not be reached for further comments. And you've got whole albums, especially in Hungry Boy saying, Prague albums, you have no choice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But "Thick as a Brick" is it's one side. It's the song is all the way through. So they have a radio edit, and they always cut it just when the song I can't play it. I wish I could, but the song just takes off right where they cut it, and I'm humming it in my head. And sometimes I've had to go and play the whole, go back and play the album because it's to fix it, because it kills you.
Could you imagine an amazing today's song, generation listening to Inagata Devita?
No way.
They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. They would snap the record in half and run out of the room.
There are some old souls that have surprised me. And, I was kind of like that. I think it's because my mom was really into music. So I was always doing stuff with my mom. But, musical too, because she was an aerobics teacher. So every Saturday we would go to Sam Goody and buy 45s, and then we put them onto a mixtape for her routines, But I always liked older things before my time, I should say. And there are still some people around. I met some people in their 20s, and I'm like, how do you know this? They like the vintage and retro, all that kind of. Like, see, they didn't live during it. That's the thing. Like, I didn't live during the 60s, obviously, but I did live before what I would call like real true technology. You know what I mean? Like the internet and stuff like that. Like I still did typing. It was like on a typewriter in school. We didn't have.
Were you the
computers.
youngest?
No, I'm the oldest. I'm 9.
Oh, so then you were telling the youngest to get up and change the channel. Good for you.
No, actually, no.
Did you like how I busted
No,
there?
Can you
You're
go
the channel changer.
Can you do
You're
this?
the channel changer.
Yeah. Can you move the left rabbit ear
I
like
was
2 inches?
I was totally their
just
slave.
little. Oh, the snow's gone. Come sit. It's off. It's off.
Well, I had one brother who was he's on the spectrum. Back in the day, they didn't know what it was. He was just considered off or whatever. And so like, I had a soft spot in my heart for him and probably spoiled him way too much. Obviously, I know I did. But then they would all like take advantage of that, all of them. So I ended up definitely being like, I don't know. I was the cool older sister, but the slave too. And once I started driving, it was all over. Drive them everywhere. My mom used me as like I tell her today, I'm like, where did you go once I was like old enough? Because you were always with me. Like, where'd you go?
Oh, and Hungry Boy's got a great stand-up comment here that if you're a Tull fan, you would. That's off the album "Stand Up" from 1969, which is one of my favorite bluesy albums by Jethro Tull. Their style changed a lot, so it's more. That those first albums were basically the blues or how would you describe it as more of they're not. It's not really prog music. It's almost like Rolling Stones, early Rolling Stones.
Did you see the prog rock episode that
I missed those because I had some things to do. I was telling
Talk and Roll. Yeah, I was on that. It was good.
Yeah,
we talked about some good stuff.
Yeah, so I got to rewatch that. Yeah, I love prog. I mean, I love everything. I got to say, except for rap. No offense, rap fans.
Oh, but that's why I'm trying. I'm going to become the #1 female rapper. That's the joke on my channel. Yeah. I didn't grow up with. I like all music though. I do actually like. I like old school rap. I don't like new rap. I like the stuff like, I don't know, like She's
Sugar Hill Gang.
I love Sugar rap. Hill Gang. Do you know what I mean? That's the only rap I like. Cling rap. You can put it right over top of pudding, and then you don't get that weird yucky
I love
layer.
it when Blondie started, her that and you don't stop till you punk rock. It was so funny, and I don't know, but my mom liked a lot of that. She was into music you could dance to, so
nice.
So a lot of the '80s stuff, I should say, but
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
Cool.
I found this stand. Let me show the cover. It's a crazy cover for stand up. I found this at a tag sale one day. The vinyl, because then you started buying vinyl as a kid too, and you realize, we always had. So we had, so stand up.
Americans are so spoiled.
Yeah, so it's just so that's a crazy cover, and and it was a version. I think was that the one I had. There's a pop up version of that. I think I got of stand up. I think that's the one I got, that's the one there's a pop-up version. Yeah. Nice. This is a remaster that they came out with later, but I was able to, here's the vinyl that pops up. So I found that, back, and that was so cool about the old records, because you'd have that here it is. Yes. So there was a limited, I don't think they made as many of those, but I was so psyched to find this. So, and you open up the album and you'd read everything about the album.
Oh yeah, that was the best part.
Was
the
so much fun.
Yeah.
New Day Yesterday. Oh, great song.
I'm in a couple inserts, like they're punk rock albums that when punk was still putting out vinyl, and I can't find any of the albums anymore. And I'm like, there's pictures of me in these albums. I want
to find them.
So young,
Well, why don't you go to the studio and ask the studio if they have?
Well, they're actually friends of mine, so I can. They just don't have extras that they want to part with, I should say.
Well, they're
hard to find. It was back when people were DIY putting stuff out.
It wasn't mass produced.
Yeah, they were they put it out on different colored vinyl and stuff, and
So what's cool about this is Jethro Tull's been releasing all of their albums again. as remastered versions. But the great thing is they're giving you the original version, the mono version, or whatever it was on the album, and then they give you the the stereo or
Are they doing
surround sound.
vinyl too, or
And they're
just?
doing vinyl too, and then they're doing
Yes.
and they're doing and they'll do like this is the album here, but also this is the remix version. So they've got
I love it.
that cute, which is so cute, and then and they have all kinds of info on the you read this, you get a book with the album. So if you're a Tull fan, check out that's the elevated edition.
Pop-up thing. That's so cool.
Yeah, so they've been doing a great job with the Tull stuff.
I'm also really weird though about albums where I don't like live albums. There's a few that I can as exceptions, but I like the studio versions on albums, and then live. I don't know.
Frampton comes alive. Did I say Phantom comes alive?
I meant Frampton, I'm sure.
The flute. I said that earlier. Could not be reached for further comment. We had a joke that like the rules of being like what makes a prog rock band, and someone said if they have a flute, they're definitely prog rock.
Right.
A flautist.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all fun. And Tull is considered like geek music in a way too. Probably Rush is the ultimate geek band. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think most prog rock was geek kind of.
Yeah, it was like the D&D players always listened to Rush, it seemed, or Tull, or Yes.
And then it went into like Dream Theater.
ELP.
Hey, don't include Yes in that.
No.
Dream Theater was loading people. They went to my college. Not
you don't like Yes.
I do like Yes.
Oh, yeah, I had a buddy of mine who's insanely obsessed with Yes to the point where he bought every single thing, every slight version of one of their albums, including all the bootlegs and everything that would be from other countries, even if it had just a different cover. He's just absolutely freaked.
That's my dad with the Grateful Dead.
All those Roger Dean covers, he would buy all, the art on those albums. Yes had pretty great album covers.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's like that with the Grateful Dead, every single bootleg,
everything,
and it's like so.
Everything. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, Hungry Boy. I played flute for many years.
You did?
In big band, in orchestra. It's one of my main instruments. But I
you never
told
me that.
Clicked with
I even like
Tull.
you more now. You never clicked.
I played
with
clarinet.
Inconceivable.
Yeah,
we were both in the woodwind section, and I played in the orchestra in the band and jazz band. But I played different instruments in each one.
Well, you would play Boire for me, right, Raquel? That's kind of.
What else do you play?
That's a mock Bach piece. Yeah.
I'm a classically trained musician because I grew up in a professional band, like a professional touring band, not like I work on the weekend as a singer and then during the week I work at Kmart. I actually grew up in in a band on the road, and so it wasn't glamorous. There's nothing cool about it. People who try and assign coolness to it are dead wrong. There's nothing cool about it. It's a heck of a lot of work. Very tiring, and it ruins your life. But
I was classically trained on the piano, like in that sense, but not. I played a lot, but I was not touring. Like I didn't have to. That would be. And were you a child doing it?
Yeah, my entire life.
Really, yeah, that's something else. That's really interesting.
Yeah,
that must have been really hard, actually.
Yes, actually,
a lot of
when I meet other musicians who did it for a living in the 1970s and 80s, when you could actually make a living out of it, they realize how difficult that is. It's more than just working the back three with the Saturday afternoon jam, and then you get to go on with your life. Working like that means working all the time, and it's exhausting, and people are exhausting. Imagine. It's a lot of peopling.
Yeah.
I was music in general will make you that way though. My mom was like, I always joke around. I call her what they would call a stage mom or something like that. But when I started playing piano when I was 5, and they told me I put in quotes that I was talented. So I got pushed to do everything, and I was super shy and I hated performing. So I know about the kind of faking, what term did you just use? It's a lot of
Oh, I'm not even slightly shy. I've always been in broadcasting. I've always done the TV, radio, band thing. I'm not even slightly shy. I'm just an introvert. So it becomes draining. Yeah. I prefer solitude.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
But I'm not shy.
Yeah, well, I'm not anymore. I just remember as a kid, though.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have the worst, but I would pull it off, and that's what gave me that. I call it like learned. I was basically forced into it.
Oh,
But I
that's
could.
sad.
Well, it is what it is. You know what? I appreciate it now because it was something that got me, a lot of opportunities in life.
Well, let's be
But
honest with everyone, though. A lot of people feel that way about piano, just like a lot of people feel that way about ballet. It takes an incredible amount of
Mhm.
discipline, and so you have
Yeah.
to sit at your bench and you have to make it happen. And it can be really difficult when you're young and you just want to go outside and have fun. And so piano is one of those things like ballet that it will test your patience when you're young, and it's hard to stick to. So yeah.
All of my other siblings were allowed to drop it too, but they all had to go up through middle school.
Mm.
And then
We
they could
we
drop
all
it.
started with piano, and then you pick your second instrument, in elementary school, and I did clarinet then. But then I did electric bass in the jazz band and stuff
Oh,
because that was
nice.
my opportunity to be cool.
Well, how
Yeah.
about this for one? I played hockey as a kid, right? And I found out
Ooh.
years later I had to do figure. My mom said you have to do figure skating now.
Yep.
I was never a light kid to begin with. He's like, you have to do figure skating. So years later, she finally admitted she didn't want to take me to hockey practice at like 6:30 in the morning. So she made me do figure skating with my sister, and it was terrible. I was like,
but
it
you
was
probably
so
were
bad.
so good on the skates, though. You know what I mean? It helps. I know it seems
Yeah,
like,
but then I didn't. Then I ended up not playing hockey, and I'm love you, mom. I didn't want to be
oh,
a
you didn't
figure
get to
skater.
play hockey.
Then
Oh
I couldn't play
no.
hockey. So it'd be one thing like if you did figure skating, you had to improve your hockey
That's what I
skills,
thought
and
you
then
meant.
then I'd be doing figure skating, like the hockey players would come out and laugh at which they shouldn't do. But I was like, oh my god, she's like, she finally admitted years later because hockey, it's tough being a hockey parent. You get the ice time was like super early, so there was like figure skating. I guess was after work, kind of near where we live, so like she could drop my sister and me off at the same time.
My sister did figure skating. I mean, I'm good on ice skates because we used to go to the pond when we were younger, which seems
Yeah.
very unsafe to me now too. Like,
Yeah, well,
how
back
do you
then
know
they used to
these
freeze
ponds are
more.
really frozen?
But yeah, so you get forced. I was you get forced it, but then like you said, you appreciate it more, and then you get by. So maybe a better skater. Then years later, I played again in high school, but I'd stopped playing for a while. So and we
my
got the
sister
great
played
Claude,
ice
the great
hockey too. That's
the
cool.
great Claude is here, and he says he can't go to sleep until Raquel sings "Soft Kitty" to me. I don't think that's happening tonight, Claude, but
I don't know if she knows that song anyway.
that's from a show that Raquel has never watched called The Big Bang Theory,
Yes.
and it's
I
Sheldon's
need
song
to
that he would
watch
sing.
that more. I've only seen a couple
You
episodes.
don't really need to watch anything.
Is it not that good? Because I've always heard people say like you have to see it, and I
The
watched a
first
couple.
few
They seem
seasons
kind of
are
funny.
really good,
It
but they
destroyed
overdid.
the world, probably.
Oh, okay.
It destroyed nerd and geek culture.
I
It
understand
100%
that.
destroyed nerd and geek
I understand
culture.
that then because I will relate that to like punk rock music, which I was really into. Green Day destroyed that whole culture back in like '92. So
Big Bang Theory was kind of funny when you first see it. You don't know what the damage it's going to do, and then later, when if you're anybody who happens to be a geek, walking around any kind like in social environments like work or whatever, people have seen Big Bang Theory, and they know you. They see you wearing your geek shirt, or they know you like comics, or they say you get called Sheldon all the time.
Oh.
And you get called. In other words, everyone thinks you're just like Sheldon and his buddies.
I can relate. People used to call me Courtney Love.
You like comics? You're just like
Courtney Love.
Yes. Yeah, it's like that.
I wanted to.
Well,
Still to this day, people are like Courtney Love. I'm like, no. In high school, I actually started telling people I'm Courtney Hate, which is so not me. I'm not like a hater in any way, but only because people kept saying Courtney Love. I was like, it's Courtney Hate.
It's pretty much like that.
Yeah, but Claudia's telling the truth because I mean it was what made this generation go online. And being a nerd or being a geek, those used to be pejorative terms. Nerds, geeks, dorks, and we're all different subgroups, right? And after that show came out, everyone wanted to cash in on the cultural credit.
I hate that. I hate that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
really, I get it. That's terrible because
that's a bad show. I mean, I've only watched part of an episode, but the second that I heard the laugh track, I tapped out. I was like, this is really dumb, and I don't want to hear a laugh track, so I stopped watching it. But I mean, just I could not believe the semiotics of it, like the semiology involved with it, the signs, the symbols, the artifacts. They were trying to corporatize what it meant to be a nerd who is an academic, a geek who is a pop culture professor, aficionado, and a dork. The guys who ate liquid paper and ate their white glue at the back of and put the pin through their finger and probably stapled their face to something. Those were
they probably would be diagnosed with something. I'm not going to go there, but
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But it's just so funny because you watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off and you watch Revenge of the Nerds and you watch all these shows and you can clearly see that when that culture happens organically, these are distinct cultural tribes. But when you corporatize them to try and maximize audience, there's this massive conflation. And so you have, geeks who maybe never didn't even finish high school, saying, I'm a nerd, I'm a nerd, and we're all academics and we're boring as heck and we're insufferable to be around. And also most nerds that I know, they've done a lot of PhDs have done studies on this and studied the diction nerds use. We seldom watch TV. We're not TV watchers. We're book readers and we play chess and we do boring crap no one else wants to do. We're not exciting like geeks. I want to bring Clobby with me everywhere. I definitely want to bring Clobby with me to every trivia night ever at every pub all the time. 365 days a year.
I'm no good at that stuff.
Oh, I'm good at that stuff. It's funny you were saying I was saying Big Bang Theory, or whoever brought that up. Because the girl that I can never say her name, but she was on Blossom.
She's very smart. Yeah, she's actually
she is now hosting Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's right.
Well, Jeopardy's a very, very sore subject for me because I tried out for Jeopardy 4 years in a row. I actually got an audition city, but it takes years to get on, and it's really hard to get on. But I passed the test, got an audition city, and then Alex Trebek. It was right when he announced he had pancreatic cancer, and I was like, "Come on," or Alex. Or Alex, right? I'm getting it wrong now.
Alex
Trebek, yeah. And I was like, come on, you hold on because I'm going to be on Jeopardy. I swear it was like my dream forever. And then when he died, I was like, it's done. I haven't watched a Jeopardy episode since, but I heard she's the host on it.
Yep. Yeah, and she actually has a graduate degree in
she's
in biology. You're right. Yeah, she's the real deal in terms of intelligence. I did like a lot of the Big Bang Theory in the beginning, and then it did do damage to geek and nerd culture because I remember my sister-in-law was like, "Aren't you watching this show Big Bang Theory, Mark? It's all about you. You're on it." I'm like, "What show Big Bang Theory?" And it's like, yeah, it's talking about all this stuff that you have in Star Trek, and it's you basically. But then it just went like it just became too popular in some ways, and it's and I actually went to the set, and of course Leonard Nimoy was on the show, and they had this great display with Leonard Nimoy, and the running gag with Sheldon. There's some fun bits on the show, and
I have a vinyl record of his. That's the closest I come to Star Trek. Yeah, he took records.
Yeah. and they had a gag with like they're trying to buy the guy as a gift, and they find the transporter. They actually sold the transporter for the Mego Enterprise separately.
Yeah, that's right.
And that gag they had, and then I think Sheldon broke one, and he had to find it. It was something like so. There were some fun bits on the show, but it became way too popular for its own good, and the way people assumed who you were. But then we went to the set, and I'm asking, where's the? I was asking about certain things. The set was cool, and there was a comic book shop on the show. And it actually had burned down, so we couldn't say anything. Like you weren't allowed to take pictures, obviously. On they're very strict, but they didn't want to ruin any spoilers. So then the comic book shop was burned down on the set. Of course, make believe, but and then they're going. People are asking about props. They always had like Superman and Batman, all these things, and one person, I've told this story before. One person in the audience said, "Who's who's that person over there with the fishnet stockings? I'm like, oh, that's Black Canary. And the host, or the tour guide's like, are you sure? How would he know? And my wife was like, trust me, he knows. He knows. One of those. Everyone look. It's like, it was pretty. That was a funny scene. But yeah, they did have a live audience. I don't think they used a laugh track on that show. It was all a studio audience. But
Big
as
Bang
Phantom
Theory?
said, yeah, Big Bang.
That was
yeah,
a
'cause-
studio
Yeah,
audience.
it had-
I
Yeah,
don't
studio
believe
audience,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
studio
it was-
audience, but they still use laugh
but
tracks.
maybe they added laugh tracks in some of it. But it was a studio.
Yeah.
Studio, because I do hate laugh tracks, and that's a big controversy for MASH. The director,
Yeah,
the
but
show,
the DVDs of MASH has a do you know
you
they
can
have
turn it off,
You have a thing where you could turn the that off,
laugh track off. Yeah.
which was weird when I
MASH
first
started
got to
out
see
very
it.
cerebral and a lot of fun, and then it became hyper-didactic and tiresome.
First 3 seasons of some of the best comedy ever made on television.
Yeah, I
Then
think
Frank
so.
leaves. Then Henry leaves. Then later Frank leaves. And like, oh no, stop being funny.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys because you're older than me. So I consider myself, I was definitely a nerd because I was academic. That was something that was just had to be done. Well, at least for me and my family. My parents loosened up after that. But I also consider myself a geek, but not with like necessarily popular culture. Like it was like the music. Like I was always into obscure music stuff, like and collected things like that. So is it possible to be a nerd and a geek?
I definitely
Yeah.
think that it's possible to be both a nerd and a geek. There are no
Sure.
hard and fast rules.
Well, I didn't know if that was like, back in the day, people would be very like stern
no,
about like what you're calling
it's not that. It's like the way that I try and explain it to people, because I'm a social scientist. I study social science. The way that I try and explain it to people is well, first of all, it matters because corporations are conflating all of these different social tribes that we have, and they're doing it for profit.
Yes.
But some people take offense to it, and they don't want any delineation. But the fact of the matter is that nerds do have a very distinct culture, and it cannot just be picked up and plopped into another culture. And so, like I said, nerds like backgammon and chess. A lot of them talk about neuroscience. Most of them have spent their entire lives in academia. They like books. Many of them are introverted, and we know this through aggregated data. So there are lots of people who have conducted undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate studies. There are quite a few scholars who have done their dissertation, their PhD on this type of social tribe, and so
very fascinating.
So the thing is that if you meet a nerd, you're not going to meet someone who it's very likely that you're not going to meet someone who knows a lot about toys, merchandise, collecting, models. They're not going to know a lot about how films are made, how television shows are made. They're not going to be very good in trivia, for TV and film. And this
Maybe I'm more of a geek than.
Yeah, so these are people who are really terrific at a whole host of talents and ideas. Geeks are also amazing with comics, and they're just these huge repositories of information. And if you meet a nerd, chances are you're not going to have that same experience. And when I'm trying to explain it to people, because people have been so brainwashed by the corporations who are trying to make us all one social group, so billions of people will go see one movie and we won't have genres anymore because they don't want to waste money on it. I just want you to imagine like a punk showing up to the Stampede. You know what I mean? Or to the rodeo. Or watch a cowboy go and hang out with a bunch of guys at a heavy metal bar. So that there is that big of a distinction between geeks and nerds as well. And the only difference between this generation and generations before is this corporate interference, this corporate influence in sort of massaging all of these groups together. And they're doing it with adults and children as well.
So they're aren't true geeks nowadays. if
Well,
you think about it.
exactly. And
I
but
gotcha.
there's a very nefarious thing going on, because I want you to think about Disney movies. And the last time you watched a Disney movie, I'll
I-
bet you could identify an entire level of adult conversation, and then an
Mhm.
entire level of very
Sure.
youthful, very small child dialogue going on. And they're
Mhm.
doing this on purpose because they want billions of people to watch one thing. So they're trying to sort of homogenize all of these beautiful, distinct cultural groups that we used to have that we love very much. So I grew up
I
also hanging around with a bunch of punks. I wasn't a punk myself, but I definitely love them. And it's not the same as being a heavy metal person or a cowboy or a
but we all
hipster.
hung. It's weird. We hung out. See, all those are so. Those were newer though. Back like when I first started getting into punk, we were just called freaks because we hung out with goths, and if you go into all the subcategories now, it was just the people that were like different, really, and didn't, I guess. But we were. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Well, you were classified by what you wore and what
Mhm.
music you listened to back then, right?
But we still all hung out together.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
once there was that change, and then everything there's so many subgenres now and whatever, and you can't even say you're just into punk now. It's like, oh, what kind of punk are you into? Oh, I'm into, 77 UK punk. I'm into street punk. I'm into pop punk. I'm into, it's
Mhm.
so.
And it's usually a
Everything's-
normie. It's usually a normie that's saying that. Normies are saying these sort of things. It's like they're trying to take those cultural things and use them as a form of cultural currency to stay relevant,
Yeah.
or to belong to groups online.
And
And
that's a great point.
it detracts from our culture, I think, because
That's
I
such a good
think
point.
Clubby and Mark have very distinct abilities that I don't have. If you come to me with your academic questions, if you come to me with a more cerebral questions that have to do with books and literature and things that you study in school, I'm going to do my best to help you, and hopefully I'll exceed your expectations. But if you ask me about a comic made in 1969 and who the inker was and how many editions or how many printings of that book were made, and if the cover artist is the same as the artist inside and all that stuff, I can't tell you that. And so that when people are like, oh, you're a geek, I'm like, no, the F, I am not a geek. I don't have all that knowledge.
I can do that with records.
Yeah, like
music,
I just
albums and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so the distinction, I think, is important, and I do love the word perfidious. Perfidious is a glorious word used more than thrice in a Blake 7. Hungry Boy, perfidious is a wonderful word.
I have can I just comment or
Sure.
reply to his comment? Hungry to reiterate. Okay, he says Susie was categorically punk, but absorbed, owned by goth. Was that culturally wrong? No, she was just, that's that era. Like I love Susie. I got to meet Susie Sue, and I got to meet Budgie, by the way. But that was all just, so when I say punk, because I love all music, and I hate all these subgenres when they start to really break it down like that. It drives me crazy.
You don't think it's necessary to break it? Like, who cares, right? Just call it punk.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, if you want to nerd it down or whatever, that's not the right term, but like, if you want to really nitpick, I can pick out all the different subgenres, but all that does is separate people.
Yeah.
Like it used to be just a whole culture of just like these people that weren't the norm, and now it's like, they almost make it like how it was, like jocks versus nerds or whatever in high school. And I don't like that, because it just, it segregates. Is that the right word? Yeah, it segregates, like, or just like it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yep.
I
mean, I was going to crack a joke. I like punk. I love Green Day, but
See, you already excluded someone.
But I do.
You excluded somebody because that is the nature of these social groups. And having many of these social groups is incredibly important to our culture, because we don't want a single culture. We don't want everybody in the pool. We want to make
I
sure
do agree with that
that
too.
people go off and they create beautiful and wonderful things, and they bond over those things, and we keep our culture and our society dynamic. We keep
That's all
everyone
lost now, though. Too. It's like,
alive with debate and alive with their own ideas. If everybody is if all genre disappears and everyone's just holding hands, I don't want that many people in the pool with me.
do you
I
know
wanna
what's
get in the
sad though?
shower.
You can't have adult debate these days. Like
Mhm.
But debate is supposed to be listening to the other person. You're not just like attacking and whatnot. And I feel like nobody can even do that these days. It's such a, I don't know. I can't explain things at all anymore. I'm on medication with my brain fog.
No,
It's
no, it's
very
okay. But no,
frustrating.
I know you're making some good points, but it's true. Like I do love Green Day though, but I mean it's not hard. You
No,
know,
they're
the punk
still
people.
punk because
Yeah,
they said they were punk, and they actually had a couple albums before they did
yeah. Sure,
punk,
Plunk
as
was
people would
probably the
say, like
first popular
sellout
album.
or whatever.
Yeah,
That's what people would call it then. But
I mean, if they're writing songs and that's what they wanted to write, and what direction they want to go. I mean, American Idiot, I think, is a phenomenal album. I just love the album. But I went to see
but
them.
it's the corporate thing. They really
Yeah,
took off and they started to do what like the record companies wanted them to do
yeah,
more
yeah.
so than like keeping it real.
But I went to
Um,
see them in concert, and it was in Meadowlands, so it was huge stadium concert. I think it was one
yeah,
of their
I've been
first
there.
big stadium concerts, and fantastic show. But when Jimmy Eats World
Jimmy Eat World.
came out, and all the like everyone was there, they didn't even know who Green Day was, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's Green Day," and I'm like, "No, that's the opening act." It's like so people,
Nobody
but of
knew.
course that's when a band gets that popular. It's like
Yeah.
think like most bands that Green Day started, probably driving around in a van and playing to
And they
20
were
or
playing on
30
Gilman
people.
Street, like in
Well, you
California.
should
It was
probably
a
know,
punk
Courtney,
bar.
that Mark he has nerd tendencies, he has geek tendencies, but Mark is that guy who was like, he dressed normal in high school, but he hung around with people who listen to heavy metal, but he could
Yep.
also hang around with the jocks, but he also made sure that he didn't fail math or engineering. And
That was
he
kind
made
of me.
sure.
That was kind of me, but I didn't dress normal. But I
So-
tried to be friends with everybody. I really did.
Mark is a chameleon, whereas like Claudia is distinctly the grand poobah of all geekdom. That's my label for him, and I don't know. I know almost nothing about geek culture, but I do understand nerd culture because that's what I grew up and up with and in. Right.
Yep.
I feel like you could still hang, you know what I mean, and discuss geek culture though. Like you may not, you may think you don't know, but you hang out with geeks. You know what I mean? So
I love them. We have lots of
underestimate
intersections though,
yourself.
right? Like when Hungry Boy is here, he starts discussing fine art. So we can
love fine
go
art.
from talking about the oil paintings that were used to make Gold Key comics, for instance. Sorry, that's my dog.
You're
we
not
can go-
jumping up and down on the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark, highlight Claude's comment or star it for me.
Yeah,
Just
and he knows so much about fine art that we can go back and forth between all of these drawing and inking techniques with Clobby, and Clobby talks about all of these great artists and their abilities, and then we can we circle back on it and we talk about traditional fine arts, and
I love
so
that.
there are ways of blending our two communities together, and I really enjoy it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Art history was one of my favorite classes. I went to a music college. I went to Berkeley College of Music, but the art, maybe it's because I can't draw, but I have such an appreciation for artists, all different types of art. I just wanted to comment on this. Okay, Punk Rock Girl by Dead Milkman is one of his favorite songs. First of all, I have behind me, and it's inaccurate, but here, let me show if you guys can see this. This poster behind me, it says South Street Sizzle, Philadelphia 19147. These are all businesses about 15 years ago that were still there. Some of them, most of them are actually, but it's not correctly done. They're not in the right order. But so Punk Rock Girl is like the lyrics are, one Saturday I took a walk to Zipper Head. That's on there. It's all about South Street, Philadelphia, where I grew up. And the Dead Milkmen are from Philly. I've seen them a bunch of times, and I actually just did that Just sang that on karaoke like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So, but it's a great, great, great song. I love that he brought that up.
And the Dead Milkmen. It's like, what a great name for a band, right?
They also have a song called "Drinking Bleach," which was made very funny when Trump made that comment. Sorry, people bring that song back up.
Oh, that's funny. Yep. But yeah, it's all good, all great stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how it was for
Tim!
me.
Hi, Tim Talks on your left.
Hi, Tim.
Okay, so while
I'm
I
thinking
still have
live.
the floor here, I'm gonna duck
On
out.
your left.
And the reason being is my dogs are acting like brats, and it's officially tomorrow. But I just wanted to say, Courtney, it was so nice to meet you. You were wonderful company. I'm so sorry that our conversation was like staccato because of the dogs and the squeaky toys and me
Oh, it's all
continually
good.
muting.
Right.
It was great to meet
fine.
you. I enjoyed your company immensely. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and I hope I see you again.
And same to you. You have an excellent night.
You as
And
well.
Go take care of
Clobby,
those little rascals.
Oh,
I
here's-
love
here's-
you.
here's
I
how-
love
look,
you.
Check out the Orville before you go. See, the
Love
Orville's
you.
coming along.
It's looking good, Mark.
Getting there. So
Looking
thank
good,
you
looking
for
good.
stopping by, Raquel. Take care.
And I
All
just
right,
want to
well.
say goodnight to everyone in the chat. Good night, Eric, Matthew Pounder, Tim's Talk, Jill, Hungry Boy, just everyone in the chat. I love you all very much. Good night.
Thank you
Love
for
you.
stopping by, Raquel.
Oh,
Thank you for all
thank
the
you for
birthday and
inviting
Father's
me.
Day. Yep, thank you. Yep. And we're gonna wrap up now
Have a
anyway.
good one.
So this is a good timing. So go. I'm gonna put the link in, or Club, if you want to do it for Raquel's books or short stories. And
Okay. Hang on.
if you can, not to
Sure,
put you on
sure.
the spot, but and
no,
this. And why don't we ask Courtney to tell us about her next show coming up? I don't know if you have are you going to be on with 70s this week, or what? Oh, you're muted, Courtney. Yep. Oh, that's okay. We all do it.
I think I probably am. That's really funny. You said the 70s and something popped up like a notification on my phone. I have to go look at Gilded because I usually forget to check. That's where I get messaged. I usually check
Yeah.
right at the last minute. So unless he's doing a very specific one like something on a band, I'm typically there every week. I just don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Anyway, though, so my channel it's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs, and I do an Insomniac stream. I've been sticking to pretty much Friday night every week. I've been starting about midnight East Coast time, and we go, 3 hours. It depends. Sometimes, I've gone longer. And we've just got a lot of
Until everyone falls asleep. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Bad joke. No, bad
it's
joke.
just a
Bad
bunch
joke.
of ridiculousness, really, is what it is. But I have an exciting thing because Floro from Under a Rock, who makes all the puppets, he does the puppet for
He's
my
awesome.
introduction. I got a puppet made from him because I won a contest, and
Nice.
it's been back east, and I haven't been able to use it because I am here longer than I thought. Well, it's being mailed to me, so I'm going to have it on Tuesday. So I might do a big reveal on
Nice.
Friday.
And so you're gonna learn puppetry now, or?
Who knows? He made
can-
this is it's so sweet of him. He made it so it would work with my arthritic hands because I have a lot of arthritis and I also get peripheral neuropathy. So he made it more like a sock puppet, but you can't tell. But so I don't have to be stuck like this, and hurt.
Yep. Well, I can only imagine. It's tough enough to do a stream and think and put some coherent thoughts together, and then to have
I'm all over
to
the
operate a
place on my
puppet.
show.
It's like, wow, that's multi-talented. Yep.
We've got a couple of things that are starting to become regular on our show that are pretty fun, like the
Yeah.
talking with Walken. We have two people that do they're really good for Walken.
Fun stuff. Yep.
Impersonation stuff. So yeah, that's me.
Thank
Anyway,
you, Courtney.
puppets.
Really
We love
appreciate you
puppets.
being here. Yep.
Thank you so
Yep.
much, guys.
Great discussion tonight. Yeah. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
fun.
And you know
happy
your
Father's
music.
Day.
So yep.
And happy
Thank
birthday.
you. And happy birthday. Yep. It's been a good weekend.
21st birthday. It's a big deal.
21st. Yep. Times 3. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Pretty
Car
much.
54. Where are you now? Yeah.
Wow.
More like it. Yep.
All right, I'm
If
gonna
anyone
take my
knows,
glasses
I know
off.
Clabby knows, and a few of the older guys know.
Car 54,
Car
where are you?
54. Yeah.
I remember.
Car 54, where are you?
There are lots of people like
Fred
puppets.
Gwynn.
I'm getting subs for
Fred Gwynn,
puppets.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Courtney
Better
will
be
be. Yeah.
good with my reveal. I got to practice.
There you go. Could not be reached for further comments subbed. Awesome.
Thank
Yep. Thank you. Yep. For subbing to Courtney. Yep. So, in Clobbering Times, do you have a subject for the show for the great
Tomorrow
Mark
night?
C comics, or just the random?
It'll be comics. That's all I know right now. 'Cause
Okay.
it's too late. We'll see though.
That's all right. Yep. So I'm sure
I
everyone
love
here's.
Clobby. Clobby, I love you. You know
I love
everything.
you.
I learned so
Oh,
much
no.
from you.
Believe me, I know nothing at all. Nothing useful anyway. But you're too kind, Courtney. You're
Well,
too
people
kind.
used to always say that about me. It's useless knowledge. You know what? No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it is.
It's very interesting.
Oh,
Not
I
to
don't
me.
mind that it's useless. I enjoy it, so maybe it's got some use, but not
Yep.
much. Nothing like nothing practical.
It makes you. It makes you you. Be proud.
So,
of it.
so Jill, I
32.
lied. Sorry, I lied.
lied.
I lied. And before I forget, the awesome and great Max Redstone had sent this, and I finally got this uploaded. So here's a quick video, fun video he sent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
James Conn. So
What?
thank you for that, Max Redstone. Yep.
Yeah, I saw that
He sent-
earlier. Thank you,
Yeah,
Max, for
that's
that.
Awesome. That's awesome.
He
Yeah.
sent it to me also.
He tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him.
You've got Genesis, but you don't have me.
Never mind.
Bridge is smashed. The computer's inoperative.
Yeah, I just
you
love
guys-
that movie.
Speaking of prog rock, Genesis. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
There you go. See, look, everyone should do a raid and go to 70s. He's on.
Yep.
I know. I already went, and I was like, I can't hear you, but I wanted to check in. I wrote on his chat.
Yeah, well, it's over
Okay.
there.
Yeah, so go put it Mark D 70s raid. Yeah, I don't know if I've
I'll
ever
help
had
you.
someone raid before, but yeah, go if anyone's there,
We're gonna
go
raid.
say how to set
Nick
raid
Weiser,
70s.
you're
yeah.
raiding with us.
Yeah.
Hi, Nick.
Oh, Nick Weiser. Hey, Nick Weiser. So
Hey,
yes, I'll be on
Nicholas.
Tomorrow
What's
night,
up, buddy?
or well, I
Sorry.
guess it's Monday night. No. Yeah, so I'll be on Hail the Awesome Nick Weiser. I'll be on with him for Rocky 4. We'll be talking all
Tuesday
things
night.
My
Rusky
favorite one.
on Tuesday night,
favorite one.
Toxic Tuesday. Yep. So it is my favorite
Ivan
one too.
and,
Ivan
Brigitte
Drago.
Nielsen.
Yeah.
can't-
I will
I'm
break you.
excited for that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I love that movie.
He is a machine. I just love that. Yeah. So
He is not
and
a man. He is a piece of. It's like a piece of iron.
of iron.
I love it whenever it starts
Well-
doing the impersonations.
I'll have to clip a
Yes,
I'll have to
yes.
clip a few of those.
I love that.
Huge, huge.
I won't go to
Um,
work tomorrow. I'll just clip the movie. Yeah. And of course, I've been building my Orville here. So here's 3D print is going good. I was building another one, and the power went out. So
That's
I've
great.
got the seams working on the seams here. So what you got to do
Oh,
is
good.
so I've got that part sand. You know, when it's painted, it'll look good, but it's all kind of smooth. But I had to do that part. Now I've got to get the top part.
That's great. Dude.
You've got some
Amazing.
pins in here, so I got my pins a little bit too long, so I got to get that and then paint that. But I've been sanding this for a while today, so that's
Courtney,
getting
have you
close.
seen the Orville, Arna?
No,
Reason why I asked that is because we're talking about how you're gonna one day maybe like you might watch Star Trek or whatever.
no.
Our
I'm
buddy-
only the beginning. It has
Well,
to
our
be
buddy-
from the beginning.
No. What I'm saying is, no. I'm not saying that. Our buddy Nick, who's a very dear friend of ours, he's never watched Trek either. He just started the Orville,
me.
but everyone's been needling him.
Oh
and he's,
yeah,
of
that's
course,
right. Yeah,
He's enjoying it. He's in the first season, so he will be experience. See, Orville is the spirit of Star Trek. It's the only real Trek we
Yeah.
get now. It's under a
Still
different
want
name.
to start with the
So
60s.
He will be experiencing Star Trek without seeing it because the Orville
Yeah.
is the spirit of Star Trek. It's the only real Trek we have. now.
Interesting. We'll put
You're
Nick
gonna
and I. Maybe we'll have to have like a compare type thing.
You might be able to get into that.
OG.
If you watch the Orville, I don't know if you have Hulu or whatever, but if it's
I
on
do. I
Hulu.
just don't watch much TV, but so that's why
Yeah,
when I'm
that's worth
getting
watching.
something, it's
Do you have
gotta be,
Hulu?
You know, I believe it's on. Yeah, I believe we have it.
But if you have Hulu or whatever, anyway, the new season just started. We waited like 3.5 years for it, but
Yeah.
the first 2 seasons are on there as well,
Deal with.
and it's great. Anyway,
Cool.
good
we
stuff.
love it.
It's goodness. Yep,
And Nick seems to be enjoying it. So.
yep.
Excellent.
That's
I'm
awesome.
going
Yep.
to harass that's I always call him that 70s show. He said a lot of people do
70s
that
show.
too.
Yeah, that's
I
something.
really-
Go harass him for us.
I'm
Everyone
going to
go
go
Yeah,
harass.
harass him.
Thanks,
before
Courtney.
he's-
Yep.
She's shut off. And thanks
Yep.
everyone. Have an awesome
Take care,
night.
Courtney.
Bye,
Be
Chad,
good,
and
yep.
bye, guys.
Take
And
care.
Happy birthday. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for that. Yep. So yeah, this was an awesome time. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. A lot of fun. So check me on Nick's awesome channel on Tuesday night for Toxic Tuesday. Hopefully drop a few videos during the week on some of this some of the toys I got, and a couple of fun things, and some of those Legos I've been building. So, but yeah, it's a fun weekend. The stuff is fun, but it's just been great to hang out with everyone, and it's a lot of fun. I appreciate. Shout out to Maddie's daddy for joining us earlier. He had to do some fathering on Father's Day to take care of Maddie.
Yep.
So he had to leave early. And the great Pat S, who was here, who's recuperating. So great to see Pat S doing better. And thank you to Clobbering Times and the great Raquel Briggs for being here, and Courtney. So just want to say I had a great weekend. It's you don't want to keep getting older, but what's the alternative? As my dad would say. Mm-hmm. So it's been a lot of fun, and thanks for hanging out. So let's get on out of here with the good old outro here. So we'll play the Blues Brothers here, and I gotta say thank you to Jill, Matthew, Nick, Hungry Boy. We had a ton of people here tonight. Tim's Talk. Let's see. Eric K. Chris Persia was here. Claude. Phantom Outsider. Max Redstone. Thanks for all those memes and videos. Hungry
Nick.
Boy, I think I said. Nick.
Tim.
Yep. Tim. Yep. Max. Darius was here. The Stream Elements bot. Thank you for hanging with us. Now my computer just got slow. There we go. Who else was here tonight? Oh, the evil bots are here. But if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Same, we don't want to miss anyone, but sometimes we do. But Dave was here, Matthew Pounder, and I hope I got everyone. But let's. It's time to get out of here. We got to get to Chicago, which is not too far for Nick. But catch everyone during the week and at the next Sunday Night Geekery. So, thank you, everyone. Take care.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.